All right. All right. What's good, everybody? What's good? All right. Let me do this right here real quick. So the game is still going on right now. Last I checked, Sacramento has a 5-point lead on us at the moment. So, hey, what's up, Foxy?
What's up? How are you, my man?
Hey, I'm well. How about you?
Good. We're down 74-69 with 2:41 left in the
Third quarter, right?
in the third quarter. Let me just do a refresh and just make sure, and that's correct. So Bullock's killing us tonight, and
Yeah.
Knox is being Knox.
And Peyton's jumper is atrocious. So let me do your intro real quick. Let me do your service for you.
All right, hold it. Let me get my dancing shoes on. I got them on. Okay.
Okay, good. The white ones, right?
You've seen the way I move. It's definitely the white ones.
All right, party people. Here we go.
I was doing my plucking my bass guitar during that. Oh, I love plucking my bass. I play guitar. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I love my music, and I play my guitar, and I have acoustic guitars, electric guitars, Marshall amps, all that good stuff.
Wow, I play air guitar a little bit.
Hey, I was an expert on air guitar before. I still am.
And I will mix in some air drum. Depending on the song, maybe In the Air Tonight, if Phil Collins. Yeah, I will play air drums on it. Yeah, man.
Hey, Freezy, are you going to go into the big news? Ladies and gentlemen, we had huge news this morning on the Knicks Morning Drive. Saturday night, tomorrow will never be the same.
Right.
Freezy McMahon has made the arrangements for the fights of the century. Take it, Freezy. Tell it what's happening tomorrow.
So tomorrow night, we will determine who is we will determine the winner of the Blowing Tears Debate Championship. So we'll hold that tomorrow night here on the Knicks at Night podcast. Starting at 11:45, it is an open tournament. So we will establish brackets based on the number of participants, and the winner of that challenge will be the Lawrence Tears Debate Champion. And so we have one right now. But at the same time, there has been an open challenge laid out to Chuck B. And Chuck B graciously is putting his belt on the line for anybody that wants to challenge. What's up, Dave? What's
guys?
good?
What's up, guys?
Oh, there's my guy, man.
How you doing, guys? How's everything?
Man, you look clean. What's happening? you had board meetings today or something?
No, I was looking good for the podcast today, baby.
I tried, but nothing works, man.
Right.
Hey, good seeing you. As you know, I love your insights, man.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it, man. Likewise.
Yo, let me shout out some people in the chat. Let me see here. Joe Madden, what's good? Jonathan JD, what's good? Justin King, we see you. What's good? Rodney Hale, what's good? Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all in the chat. And of course, we know who D is balling is.
Yeah, I'm looking at him
right.
You guys watching the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm nervous, man. They're up by 7. I'm nervous.
Defense looks great. It's offensively with just impotent, bro.
Bullock's killing us tonight.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, nothing.
And
Yeah.
as I said earlier, Knox is having a Knox night.
Yeah, of
Oh
course.
God, Kevin. Barrett looks great though tonight.
And so does Randall. They're consistent, both of them. Rebounds and everything else. But boy, like I said, Bullock and Knox. I definitely think we're going to get a 3 one of these days. It's going to really complement these guys.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with Elfrid Payton, man. Elfrid Payton is 3 of 11 right now, and it seems like 3 of 17 to me.
Yeah, and not good shots either.
Yeah.
On top of that.
Elfrid Payton frustrates me, man. That wide open look at the top of the key for 3, where the defense didn't even go out to contest, and he still missed.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't like either? I didn't like that Obi Toppin had probably one of his best quarters in that second quarter. And,
aggressive.
Right. Yep. And he didn't play him a little bit more. He finally brought him back at the end of the third now.
Yeah.
Especially with Reggie not having a great game. Would have liked to see some more minutes from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, is that kid Halliburton look nice?
Oh man, he looked great in
on
that
both sides
quarter.
of the ball.
Yeah.
Steal, block, dunks, the shooting, his own floaters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's not going to beat his defender one-on-one. I mean, he's going to ask for that pick every time, but he just sees the game so well. He has a great feel for it.
Yeah, he made a wraparound pass earlier in the game that was just beautiful, man. You
Yeah.
can't teach that. That's all instinct. But did you see a couple of, like you said, on the screens? Knox, man, is like a step or so behind on defense. He always looks like he's trailing. Earlier today I said to somebody that he's staring in the invisible man the last 4 games, man. Wow. Have not seen him, and I don't know where our boy Kevin W. is. I think they both ran away together because nobody's seen either one of them. So Freezy, go into more detail about the big night tomorrow night.
Oh wow, okay. First, let me do this. I got a surprise for you.
Yo, we missed you yesterday. There's my brother.
I'm sorry. I had a really bad case of food poisoning yesterday, and I was like, I'm pretty sure nobody wants to see me like this.
No.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
It was horrible.
Quickly.
Yeah, well, I think I got it because it kind of happened when I was the other day, but it was horrible. It was really bad. Really bad.
I had it one morning on the Knicks morning drive, and it's like the worst feeling you ever had in your life. And so I canceled, I had to cancel 7 minutes into the KMD.
I know, but I was going to say you were a trooper, man. You started the broadcast, and then you got cross-eyed, and I knew we didn't have too much more time to go.
Yeah, and you heard the cartoon sound effects like pew. Zach was good.
There's our man, Zach. Yo, Zach.
Currently trying to find my remote so I can mute the game before it comes back on. There it is.
Yeah,
sorry.
Man.
Sorry, guys. What's up? How's everybody doing?
Yo, what's up? How's your day?
Good.
I'm barely up.
Yeah, man.
So what I do is I try to when I work nights, so on my Friday nights and Saturdays I have off. I go back Sunday night, so I try to stay up all day Friday, and I make it to about 9 o'clock, and then I crash for a few hours.
Right.
So I just stay with that routine.
That's a healthy routine.
Well, that's so I can. Well, I got to. I got a family, so I got to.
Oh, I thought you meant for the broadcast.
I got to be
I'm
up.
sorry.
No, I got to be up for the. For my kids, for my kid and everything. So when I sleep on Friday night, then I'm up Saturday, and
and spend some time with the family.
He's good. He's good.
Yeah, man.
For a Knox fan.
Yeah, he says
he's
that
starting to give up. He's bipolar now, so he'll say he's a bum, and he'll say he still loves him. So
so he's a real Knicks fan. So he's a real Knicks fan. Okay.
So he's bipolar like the rest of us.
Yeah.
See what this fourth quarter brings.
I don't know. I didn't even see the show yesterday, but I didn't even watch the game. Well, I had to watch the game today from yesterday because I was just in no mood. I couldn't do it yesterday.
I bet, man.
And I was just like, you know what? I know Chuck has a lot of stuff to say. I'm pretty sure he did.
Hey, you got to admit he nailed it. 3-1-0.
And Chuck nails nothing.
Oh,
Okay.
come on, man. You couldn't get any more accurate than what he did with Knox.
Chuck is the ultimate hater, and he will throw something out there, like throwing darts blindfolded in the hopes of something sticks.
Well, I throw lottery numbers out there, but they never hit.
And you waste your
Kings of
money
seven.
on listening to Chuck if you want to.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I knew. So and y'all bear with me because I want to say I want to establish a point, but it's like a winding road. So the thing is, I feel like the Knicks are capable of being a dominant playoff team this season. I mean, dominant, like top half of the Eastern Conference. If everything,
It's a bold statement, Freezy.
well, I mean,
You want me to start yelling again, Freeze?
no. So here's the thing, though. We have the requisite pieces to do so, and despite what other people think, we have proof in our win-loss record that we can fight amongst giants. Right?
What pieces do we have that makes us a deep playoff contender?
Freezy, we have 72 points against the worst defense in the league right now.
That's just one game. Games come and go. You can have bad games, you can have good games, but still, what pieces do we have that says we're going to go deep in the playoffs, Freezy? I want to know what you think.
So let me address what they said first. So first of all, we're playing on the second half of a back-to-back on the West Coast, right? So for us to come out, and even be competitive with Sacramento, I'm like, you know what? I was thinking we'd go 3-1 on this road trip, and this game right here was the one that was the most dangerous and treacherous to me, because when you play a team like Golden State, who's playoff caliber, and beat them at home by 15, and then go play the trap game the next night.
Are they playoff caliber without Klay Thompson, without Draymond Green, without? Are they playoff caliber?
Look at their
Draymond Green is still playing.
It's 16 games. Yeah, but he got ejected
yesterday.
Early.
Got ejected yesterday.
I'm a Knicks fan, but we all know that was a BS ejection. He wasn't even
and they rescinded it today.
Yeah, they rescinded it. But the fact remains, we beat Golden State, right? So you can't undo history. So we went out and beat Golden State by 15 on their floor in the first game of a West Coast trip, and then now you travel to a team that we feel like is not a giant on the West Coast.
On
the second day of a back-to-back. And so it's the trap game. And this game's not over because we've been competitive the whole game. So this game's not a 7-point lead is nothing. Now the Sacramento ain't beat us, but my point is the Knicks all year have knocked off teams that have historically been in the playoffs. And you can't undo that. And we can make 1,000 excuses. Well, Milwaukee slept on us. Well, the Jazz didn't do such and such. Well, Indiana such and such. Well, Boston was missing such and such. But when you start naming off those teams, you have to be impressed by those teams because they're normally in the playoffs. And the Knicks beat those teams with this roster. So no matter how we try to construe it, the facts are the facts, right?
They're 5-game losing streak away from being out of it again. You can't say a team that's.
I think it's too early to say that, man.
And fluctuates from like the 6th seed to the 12th seed, per se. Because if you get five losses right now, we're 8-13. Not a playoff contending team. You can't call it a trap game when we haven't earned that. It's 16 games into a season. We haven't. So they're not.
Exactly. We're 8-8.
Let me say something. Let me help you out, Freeze. Let me ask you.
Wait. Let me finish my point though. So it's a trap game because Sacramento was off, and they were not playing well. They have the worst defense in the league. We're 8-8.
Wow.
And knocked off a giant, right? And so
they're not a giant. Warriors aren't a giant anymore. They're not the 5 Hall of Famers anymore.
Okay.
They're not the giant they used to be.
I think it's too early to call that, Freezy. If they're doing that towards the last 10 games of the season and they're beating the top of their division and stuff like that, maybe that argument could come into play.
I think y'all are scared.
I'm not
Zach and
I'm
Day
not
are
scared.
scared.
It's factual.
No,
They're not a deep playoff contending team. They
dude,
won't be.
dude.
Yeah, I'll bet you money.
I want to know what we're scared of.
You want to bet money, Freezy?
Don't be
No,
afraid.
but I have a 4-4-2. I have a
4-4-2.
4-4-2, a Kragers and a Hurst and.
This is my whole thing. If I may,
oh, you don't want to bet money?
If I may, to I guess Freezy's point, what exactly is the makeup of a team that's going to make it deep into the playoffs, right? Like a team that's going to slow the pace down, play half-court basketball, get timely shots, be well coached, don't turn the ball over. And it seems like the kind of team that, I mean, granted, you might need a all-star caliber player,
or two,
which we kind of have. So you look at the makeup of a team that goes deep into the playoffs, it's like, wait a minute. Technically, the Knicks fit those criteria. We may not like it. We may not want to believe it because we've been heartbroken for 20 years. But if you just look at the criteria of everything I just said of a team that you would think makes it deep into the playoffs, the Knicks fit that.
The teams slow down the pace when they make the playoffs. They don't slow down the pace all season.
But here's the thing: practice makes perfect.
They be able to run and gun too. Like we can't run and gun. We can't do any of that. We're not a good shooting team. We're not. We're one of the worst offenses in basketball. There's a lot of stuff to work on.
I think we are the worst.
Foxy, what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of things we got to work on before we can call ourselves a deep playoff contender yet.
I didn't say
a lot. No, I'm just saying.
I was about to say. I don't think we are.
I'm just trying to say.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to work on. Now, am I excited with this 8-8 start? Yeah.
Me too.
You bet. But
That
doesn't mean that
I was. Am I the only one who thought that this was going to be a playoff team before the season started?
Oh,
but Kevin, what do you open up every broadcast with? I'm the optimist of the gang here.
I mean, I looked at this roster, and I said, "What pieces do we have?" And I thought to myself, in a conference where there's going to be teams on the rise, there's going to be teams that's declining with health issues, with everything else that's going on. I thought to myself, this team could legitimately be good. And if they played
good or better than we thought?
Good.
Okay.
I mean, better than most Knicks fans thought, because most Knicks fans think doom and gloom every season. I mean, unless they have like 8 all-stars on the team, then they'll be happy.
No, I wouldn't say most. I would say the pessimists are just the loudest group.
It's a really loud group.
Yeah, really loud, really loud.
Boisterous. I mean, some of it, a lot of, now go back to this whole thing about this trap game, looking at the game today from yesterday, and Tibbs' history is he will run these starters sometimes for no reason whatsoever. Like yesterday, we were up by like 16.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Why is he bringing the starters back in? Like, this is a perfect time for them to, rest on the first leg of a back-to-back. Like, at that point in time, when the backers are in, and they're playing fine, they had a double-digit lead. It's like there's no reason for Tibbs to bring in the starters, at least at this point in time. And then it goes to show like he's just going to run these players down.
It says he doesn't trust the second unit. Look what they're doing right now. He's afraid this is going to happen every game.
The starting unit
played well in the second quarter
the
tonight.
Starting unit is the one who dug this hole.
Big shot by you-know-who, Kev W.
Your boy.
I'm not even paying attention. I'm looking at this.
Big 3 by Kevin Knox. You're down 12. Now we're only down 9.
Yeah.
Well, that's what my boy does. Comes
through in the clutch.
Hold on.
That's what your boy does. 5 points,
win.
one rebound, and 1 assist.
So Foxy, what I'm hearing is we're going to win the championship this year, and Kevin Knox is going to be Finals MVP.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying every team needs that rivalry. And it might be Kevin Knox.
Kevin Knox.
Wait a minute. Something's wrong with my headphones. I thought you said Robert Horry and Kevin Knox in the same sentence.
Robert Horry. Are you serious?
He makes 1 buzzer beater in the third quarter, and now he's Robert Horry.
Robert Horry. Every team needs one, and we have ours at number 20.
Allen Houston.
So I want to just finish my point real quick on the thing about calling Day and Zach scared. So no, man, I think y'all are fraidy cats.
No, I'm not a fraidy cat. Y'all just wishy-washy.
No, man.
Let him speak. I want to hear this.
Next week they're making the finals. Like, come on.
No, man. I'm calling y'all fraidy tats because
I'm not fraidy. I'm not scared of nobody or nothing.
But listen,
let him talk.
I'm not saying of a person. I'm saying y'all are so used to a moment playing out a certain way that when you get into this new moment, that y'all just have cold feet. Y'all knees are knocking.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Bro? For real. Like so the Knicks are 8-8. Kind of deep into a season for the first time since when?
We're barely a quarter of the season.
You know, if we remember Frank's rookie year, we were 17 and 15. Then what happened?
Thank you, Steve.
Right. But no, also I think what it is
he didn't finish.
Sorry, go ahead. I thought you were done.
Yeah, I want him to finish his point here.
My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, no. So okay. So what I'm saying is this moment is so unfamiliar to us that instead of embracing the moment and just enjoying the ride for what it is, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are putting on extra seat belts and making sure we have extra airbags because you feel like we're gonna crash.
Why? That's untrue.
Right, go ahead, Dave. I'm gonna respond after this.
I'll go first then. Okay, it's been well known that I had them at 22 wins, and I had them starting 2-8 their first 10 games. Right? They surprised me, and they're playing 500 basketball, and in my eyes, they've overachieved. So I'm not scared of anything. I'm good. I'm glad for them. I'm happy for them. Yes. I don't want to see them go down in flames. I want to see them succeed. But my analysis was based on the roster, and it was based on their schedule. So they've played better than I predicted. So what?
Okay. Now, what I feel, okay, you can say we're knocking knees or scared, but you know what we are, Freezy, and you know what you are right now, and all the respect when I say this, you're the female that's been cheated on her whole life by the same guy, maybe slightly abused a little bit, but it's okay, because we're and then oh my God, he bought you flowers, right? So you think you're gonna get married and he's gonna change everything, and you're talking about how good he's been lately, and we're sitting there like.
Really? Man, is that a depressing example?
Wow.
Right. Right.
And you're bringing us all down, man.
And ironically, I think that's y'all.
No.
And not the female male part. Not the female male part. I'm talking about
the flowers.
The series of events. I'm not talking about the male and female. Just a series of events part is what I'm getting at. Like so many negative things happen in a relationship that when something positive happens, y'all hold on to the negatives. Like this positive moment can't be real because of all the negatives that have happened before this.
My positive moment is making the playoffs. When we make the playoffs, that's my championship this year. But we're not going deep in the playoffs. I'm sorry.
So crazy. You base all this because we disagree.
Not because I'm optimistic. Not because I'm optimistic or pessimistic, but just because that's as a basketball mind. What my mind tells me is that we're not going past the playoff teams. We're not making it to the Eastern Conference Finals. We're not making it nowhere like that to the second round. I don't think so.
Right.
The jury's still out if we're going to make the 8th spot.
Yeah, but I mean, I hope it does happen. That's great. But I'm saying. If we win the 8th spot with the way the rosters have changed, and if everything should go well, we'd get Brooklyn in the first round, in my opinion, because they're going to end up, if they play the way they're supposed to play together, they'll be the first seed. Or even if it's Boston or Philly, like that's a tough first round matchup for this team, no matter how good we play on certain nights against the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah,
that's a tough beast, man. Ben Simmons will stop R.J. Barrett most nights. Embiid will clown Mitch Robinson most nights. But what I'm so happy about is we're taking steps in the right direction.
Yes.
And we just got to trust that to make the next step. And it might not be this year.
No, it probably won't.
Yeah. Hey,
Can you guys update me on the game? You know I went outside.
89-82, we're losing with 5:35
and our
to go.
second unit is
Starters
doing.
are back in.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I don't understand that with Tibbs. I hate that.
What did the second
that with
unit
Tibbs.
do that warranted them staying in?
Played better than the starters?
No.
No.
The second unit actually played better than the starters.
Kevin,
When?
it's because Knox is on there. That's
When?
why you say that.
Well, plus and minus usually tells the tale on
Plus
that.
minus is such a false. It's so bogus. You could be a great player on a bad team, on a lottery team, and have a minus for your career.
But when 5 players compared to another 5 players, and one of 5 are all in the negative, and the other 5 are all in the positive, that really says something. I guess if it was one player who was surrounded by a bunch of people, it was like, no, they're bad. When all 5 of them are in the negative, that says something.
Hey, Kev, so Alec Burks is 3 for 12. Emmanuel Quickly is 3 for 10.
What's Knox?
What's
he got? A triple single?
Knox is two for 6.
So
total,
wow.
so together, that team is 8 for 26.
Don't forget Bullock 0 for 3 and 0 points.
Bullock is a starter. Don't lump him in here.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
Okay. Obi looked good in that second quarter, though.
And so
then he misses when I turn it on, he misses a few layups.
Right.
Do anything
so
right.
so what I want to
luck.
tell y'all is so to Zach's point, Zach said, what if we lose 5 in a row? Then our season is basically deep sixth.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
that
they're not
listen, no, hear me out, man. Let me finish. So if we lost 5 in a row and we were playing 8-man rotation with a lot of guys hurt. And some guys were coming back and some other guys were going out to injury, right? But now with the team somewhat healthy, you see us bounce back from that 5-game losing streak. And the other thing we didn't mention is what if we lose 5 in a row, but what if we win 5 in a row?
Then we're
so
then
what's the conversation look like? And today, the Knicks are only 2.5 games out of the number 1 seed in the East. 2.5 games. So we can't say the banana in the tailpipe only happens to the Knicks. What if it happens to somebody else? What if Ben Simmons get hurt? Have y'all ever seen Ben Simmons get hurt? Yep. What if Joel Embiid gets hurt? Have y'all ever seen that before?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't.
Those are possible scenarios.
Right. But we can't. But what we do and these arguments that say only bad things happen to the Knicks. Bad things happen to other teams also. We have to be aware of that.
Down by 2, man.
Yeah, no problem. I never said that bad things didn't happen to other teams.
No. That's my point. That's the point that I was making.
You're right, Freezy. You're 100% right.
I didn't say that y'all said that. What I'm saying is we need to make sure that we're aware of all the points and scenarios and such when we stake our claim, because I don't want to call a team like the Knicks, who right now is probably a B student. I don't want to say a B student can't someday become the valedictorian. You know what I'm saying?
They definitely can someday.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with what you say, Freezy. I agree with. I'm just saying, in due time.
Right.
That's all I'm saying, because we've seen so much improve. Like RJ with his little jab step earlier reminded me of a certain player. I'm not saying he's that player, but he had that mellow jab going a little bit. He's obviously adding wrinkles to his game. I mean, Kevin Knox is getting better. Still not there yet. He's getting better at times. Julius Randle's playing like an all-star. I mean, we got a lot of things going positive.
Right.
But I'm just saying, I don't know if like what you said about the injuries, I don't know if relying on Alex Burks and guys like that to stay healthy is a good thing.
Right.
I'm just saying, because Alex Burks is normally always injured.
Right.
Austin Rivers has injury problems.
Right.
We have a lot of guys with injury problems.
Frank Ntilikina, Kevin Knox shooting hand is probably still not all the way back.
until he hits a 20-point night, it's never all the way back.
And you're right. Right. Then he's healthy.
My whole thing about this is...
Wait, hold on a second, Kevin. Wait, hold on a second. I just want to say this because we would talk about this with Freezy. Freezy, the whole point is that you made a statement saying that we are primed to make a deep playoff run. That's what you said.
Right.
And I'm saying that's where this whole conversation started. And that's why I'm saying I think that is way too premature with only 16 games done through the season to make such a statement.
Man, Julius 10 for 10 from the free throw line. That's huge.
Yeah.
That is huge.
And
Sorry,
so,
I'm late to the party. I'm late to the party.
And I'm here to tell Dave, stop being so nervous about this next thing, man. Enjoy this moment. Enjoy this ride.
Oh, we're enjoying it.
I am.
You know what I'm saying?
I am.
We're just not overreacting.
Can't you tell?
We're not overreacting.
I am. I get it.
Anybody need a barber?
Anybody need a shake? Give me the thing, and I'll give you a martini. Shaking nuts stirred.
Is Alec Burks like 6'5"?
You got jokes.
The name is Ballin. Diz Ballin.
He is small for a 6'5".
Alec Burke is 6'6".
He is. I've noticed he is like he look. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. He just looks like he's playing small. He keeps getting blocked a lot.
Who's that?
Alec Burks.
Alec Burks. Yeah.
Why do you think he Klay Thompson all of a sudden?
I'm just saying he gets blocked a lot.
Like, no, I'm saying like everybody that was like, wait till he comes back. Like, this is what you're about to expect when someone comes back from a bad.
First, let me say something. I never had
shots.
that much hope in Alec Burks and or Austin Rivers. Okay, I'm not Tom Thibodeau. I don't put that much stock in either of those two players. I want those minutes to go to Kevin Knox because I think Kevin Knox is better than both of them players and can do more than both of those players. But because they're veterans, Thibodeau's going to play them. Doesn't mean that
Burks
they're
can
better.
show he can shoot. He can score 15 points a game and have a reliable role on a team.
And Kevin Knox would do the same thing if he had the amount of minutes that Alec Burks does. It's not. It's people confuse productivity with like time. It's like if Kevin Knox had the opportunities that Alec Burks did, because Kevin Knox is more talented.
No, he's not.
Then he is like just pure talent. Kevin Knox is more talented than
So
Alec.
why are you comparing a 6'6" shooting guard to Kevin Knox?
Because the 6'6" shooting guard is getting the minutes that Kevin Knox should be getting.
Can Kevin Knox guard shooting guards?
RJ Barrett can guard shooting guards.
Wait. He didn't ask you that.
Yeah,
that's not
that is an answer. Can RJ Barrett guard shooting guards?
Yes.
Okay then. So
yes. So you're saying you want
get sunned by Halliburton or no? Was it Corey Joseph? That's even worse.
Yeah, and he and the Golden State game yesterday. Man, so listen, so Kevin.
Why do refs assume contact almost every play? Like they be calling fouls before
the reffing this season has been brutal, man.
It's every year in the NBA. They just assume contact. Like the guy on the baseline with a good clear path with the play doesn't call the foul, but dude at half court that doesn't want to run anymore that stops the play.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This might be done right here.
Hey,
Halliburton's telling the Knicks, you should have drafted me.
Yeah.
No, because another thing. You know what? Never mind.
No, say it, man.
There's nothing wrong with Obi Toppin.
Wow.
If Obi Toppin got minutes to play.
Halliburton with a dagger.
But it's not. Yeah. People, like I said, people think because they're not playing that they're not good. No, they're just not playing.
They have to earn it in practice to play.
Man, forget practice.
Forget practice? Okay,
because
that's
here's
exactly
the thing. Hold on. No. Because Austin Rivers did not practice at all. He didn't practice at all. And he was in there playing 25 minutes a game from the jump.
Right.
So don't sit me and don't sit here. Exactly. So which one is it? Is it practice or is it your resume? Don't sit here and say one hand. Don't sit here and say one hand. Prove it in practice. But players really aren't practicing.
Kevin Knox has played valuable minutes.
Kev, if Knox had defensive versatility,
and this is even not. This is about Obi too. Knox and Obi should both be playing.
But
you see why they're not when they get out on the floor.
If Knox had defensive versatility, he'd get more minutes. But Knox can't guard shooting guards, and he can't guard power forwards.
Can't
guard anybody.
Can't get over screens.
Can't guard anybody.
So Knox is fine defensively. People are really making it seem like he's last year's Kevin Knox.
Kevin. Who's a better defender, Reggie Bullock or Kevin Knox?
Reggie Bullock. Don't because I'm never gonna say Reggie Bullock is good at anything.
That's the problem. He's
ever. Reggie Bullock isn't good at anything. Nothing. Reggie Bullock is garbage at everything.
Why can't you answer a simple question?
I'm
Is
answering
Reggie
the
Bullock
question.
a better defender than Kevin Knox? Yes or no?
Nope.
Then you're tripping. You're not watching the game.
I'm definitely watching the game. You asked me for my opinion. I gave you an answer, and then I'm wrong.
Okay.
Give you the answer that I gave.
Yeah.
No problem.
I didn't know the answer
100%
was a set in stone answer. Like today's Friday. Like if you say what's today, and I say Thursday, then I'm wrong because today is obviously Friday. If you ask me an opinionated question and I give you my opinion, doesn't make me wrong. That it means I have a different opinion than you do.
Yeah. Well, I would say the reason why Knox doesn't get minutes, those extra minutes that you want him to, is because he doesn't have defensive versatility that Reggie Bullock does. Reggie Bullock can guard
or offensive versatility.
Yes.
Yeah, and so Reggie Bullock can guard. Reggie Bullock can guard shooting guards, and some small forwards, just like average size small forwards. Right? He won't be able to guard LeBron, but he could guard average sized small forwards, and Kevin Knox can guard small forwards.
Hey Kev, Mr. Knox has scored more three pointers than he has 2-pointers this season.
Okay,
hold on, we're not dead yet, boys.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a bad thing. It's a bad thing?
No, but it
means he's
it goes to the versatility. Thank you.
Who would you rather? So are you trying to say that Reggie Bullock is a better offensive player than Kevin Knox?
In your mind, what you say is.
I think they're about equal, but Reggie's a much better defensive player.
In your mind, what you say is
player. You said he's a better offensive player than Kevin Knox.
Hey, have y'all noticed that RJ Barrett hadn't scored
I think they're both streaky.
in like 20 real-time minutes?
For real.
RJ Barrett
has been at 19 points for ages.
Yeah. Every time I look, he's turning the ball over or about to turn the ball over, gets trapped.
In your mind, Kevin, you say, I'm not wrong, it's just my opinion. So if 2 + 2 = 4 and you say it's 3, we can't call you wrong because that's your opinion?
Again, no, I didn't say that. I literally said, if you ask me what today
you're 100%
and
wrong.
I say it's Thursday, then I'm wrong. But if you ask me an opinionated question and I give you my opinion, how was my opinion wrong?
It's not opinion, it's fact or fiction.
Right. Fact or fiction. If you said someone's better than someone else, you're giving your opinion of who's better than that person. That's an opinion question. That's not a fact. That's not factual at all.
Your perspective is based on evidence, which makes it whether it's fact or fiction.
So if I say Kwame Brown is better than Michael Jordan,
the argument is who's the better player, Reggie Bullock or Kevin Knox. You think that Reggie Bullock
Mr. Collins,
is better than Kevin Knox?
That's what my mom tells me.
That's your opinion, right?
You're good.
It's a fact.
That's a fact that Reggie Bullock is better than Kevin Knox.
Okay, well, guys, I'm going to go out there.
Package.
Kwame Brown.
Well, there's a reason Tibbs is playing him a lot more minutes, isn't it?
Right.
Kwame Brown for GOAT status.
Right. So,
all of you are just wrong. That's my opinion.
I think
Freezy, can I ask you a question, and I'll throw it to everyone on the panel? There was a thought-provoking article by Mike Vorkunov of The Athletic today talking about sustainability. And I know we beat some really good teams in so far this season, but he said that we may be benefiting from opponents missing their 3-point attempts. And he said the Knicks around the league are average when it comes to percentage of 3-point attempts, which they have a defender within 4 feet of the shooter, but they give up the 4th highest percentage of wide open threes. And that's defined as a defender being at least 6 feet away or further from the shooter. So do you think statistically that those cold shooters that we faced earlier in the season coming in, not having the training camp, whether retired from bubble, some of those teams, that by the end of the season that our defensive numbers may be flawed at this point, that the reality will come out as the season goes on?
It is right now in the crunch time.
Yeah, I said
totally
a lot of
agree with
that. I said a lot of that is we've seen teams that can't shoot have wide open shots and miss them. Yeah, that looks good on our defensive metrics because they just missing shots. Like Dwayne Bacon was out there jacking up shots against Orlando and was bricking them. Like, who is Dwayne Bacon in the first place? But that looks good on our defensive metrics. It looks like we're guarding the 3 really well. Like, no, we're giving him wide open shots. He's just missing them. But when we go up against the teams that can shoot, they're going to kill us. Because as much people love Julius Randle doesn't step out. He doesn't. And Mitchell Robinson is bad in space. As much as people like to think he blocks a lot of threes, he's not that good at stepping up in space. I mean, Those are the facts. But the
Who
ice
else isn't
defense.
a good perimeter defender? Who else isn't?
Who?
Who else isn't a good perimeter defender?
Knox.
There's a lot of. I
Thank you.
mean, Knox isn't the best. No, he's not.
Oh my God! Did you just say something negative about him?
I mean, it is
said
what it
something
is.
critical.
We're having a breakthrough in this intervention for Kev W tonight.
I mean, no. You had like, is he Scottie Pippen? No, he's not. He's far, far, far from it.
That's
I
your
still think he's
opinion.
better than Reggie Bullock at almost every facet of the game. I just can't stomach him.
So to Fox's question, I think in that case it's a case of picking nits. You know what I'm saying? But like, so while the facts may bear out that guys are missing wide open shots against us, and it pads our defensive metrics, the Knicks are also missing wide open shots. So it may be a case of that. If you say it's a case of that across the league, why exclude the Knicks from that metric? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a case of and this guy who was respected, and I respect the Athletic because you know they like to have truth in journalism, and you know what I'm saying, and report stuff. But I think this is a case of picking nits. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, this thing with the Knicks can't be real is what people are saying nowadays, because just like Zach and Day are nervous in this moment, others also, and it's not a bad thing. Things that are unfamiliar to us will cause us to second guess stuff because we hadn't been in this place either in a while or never. So in the case where he says teams legs maybe blah 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 and on 3-point shots and such, we've seen our team miss wide open threes like that also.
And also with defending the three, what can you do anymore? You can't get in their space. You can't like jump at them and block them. All you got to do is put a hand up and live with the results.
Right.
And you don't expect bigs to close out very fast the way you do perimeter defenders.
Right.
So, but what we've been doing is we've been hustling through all 24 seconds of the shot clock. And when a shot goes up, more likely than not, we're putting a hand in their face, and then you live with the results. That's how defense works in today's era.
Right.
As much as I hate it, that's how it works.
Right. And so I'm just asking if in this scenario, if what is good for the goose is good for the gander, is what I'm asking. In this scenario, you know what I mean? And so because we can compare a whole lot of stuff. Like I saw, like when we watched the Boston game, in the Toronto game, Toronto missed a lot of threes. And what happened was it created for Boston and for Toronto, it created more offense because they would beat us because there is a foot race to the offensive rebound.
Long rebounds too.
Yeah. And if they win and get the offensive rebound, that means two guys had time to set up on the perimeter to get wide open looks from three. And teams have legit stayed competitive in games with us for that. If we had beat them to the defensive rebound, then they would not have gotten clean, wide open looks from three.
They already scored again.
So, I mean, so it's one of those deals where I feel like we have to look at the entirety of the painting and not just like the faces. We have to look at.
I also think they're highlighting that in the article is because of the Knicks being ranked first in certain defensive categories.
Right.
So they're trying to put the whole picture together and say, well, hey, these numbers could be misleading because of X, Y, and Z.
Right.
I'm curious to see what our
you
know what worries me about our defense not being as good as it's advertised is our paint defense. When we let too many open for like what we're supposed to be, we let way too many people get to the basket without any problems. And I think the reason the numbers look as great as they are is because this league is perimeter centric. Most teams aren't just going to attack the basket. Because if more teams attack the basket more consistently against us, we'd be not that good of a defense. We're going to be the number one defense.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Freeze, let me ask you a question that you opened the show up with Knicks making a push into the playoffs. So you truly believe the Knicks are going to make the playoffs?
Not only do I think the Knicks are going to make the playoffs, man, I think we're going to get a high enough seed where we'll be favored in the first round. So I'm saying if we are able to figure out Elfrid Payton shooting. That's the only drawback to this whole puzzle. The thing that stops us from being a legit contender, in my opinion, is, two things. If Emmanuel quickly continues to progress as he does, because what happens is whenever Emmanuel quickly plays good, Elfrid Payton is forced to play good either late in that game or the very next game. You know what I'm saying? Because you legit have a rookie pushing a veteran for his livelihood. And when quickly doesn't push Payton, you see Payton doesn't move. You know what I'm saying? Like so quickly is off tonight, right? And so is Payton. But when quickly has a good game, Payton has a good game. So I think it's one of those that we have to figure out something at point guard. And I'm almost to a point where I'm like Tom Thibodeau, listen, it may be time for us to make some type of decision at point guard, because this game here against the worst defense, what's Elfrid Payton's numbers? Against the worst defense in the league, Elfrid Payton is 3 of 12 for 7 points.
How many turnovers does Barrett have?
I'm not sure, but
I'm just asking.
Yeah, he has.
I saw I had some key turnovers a couple minutes ago. I was just trying to ask because I came in late. That's all.
Yeah.
So,
and you know who caused that turnover? Halliburton.
They're all.
He played very well tonight, by the way.
If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
So, hey, Freeze, I asked that question because I wanted to go somewhere with it. So you think they're going to go deep? And I respect that. So if they're going to go deep, then what's stopping us from trading our first round pick? Because if we're going to go deep in the playoffs, we're not going to get Cade. We're not going to get Suggs. We're not going to get a top 5.
Right.
Do you think the Mavericks are going to make the playoffs?
I'm not for sure.
They're above 500.
With I'm not for sure with the Mavs because the Mavs clearly, because the Mavs have so much talent, and their offseason was primed to make a run. But health has a major thing to do.
Great play by Alec Burks.
But I'll say this. I'll say this.
That's why I said great play.
If we're lucky enough to say
that was terrible,
move up in the standings and get a top 4 seed, we may catch a team that's also on that wave like us, like a Cleveland Cavaliers. You know what I'm saying? That sneak into the playoffs also. So you may see a matchup with us and them. Do you like your chances against a team that snuck in like we did? I'm gonna say yes. You know what I mean? Because I like Tom Thibodeau's coaching against anybody head to head aside from, say, certain established coaches.
I'm a little skeptical.
But my point is,
if
we're going to be doing that, if we're going to make those playoffs, and we see that trajectory that we're going to be doing that,
right.
then we have all these picks. What's stopping us from going after a Beal?
Before you get into that, Freezy, hold on.
Because it's smart not to do that.
Wait, hold on a second. 38% from the field tonight, 23% from 3, 68% from the free throw line. Sacramento had 14 blocks on us tonight. And that's what I see so far. I'm sorry, go
Mitchell Robinson.
No, we shot 22% from 3, man. Yeah.
Right, and so it's the second night of a back-to-back on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's a nice excuse.
Yeah.
Okay. But
an excuse is what it is.
Now, if the back-to-back thing wasn't real, why would people talk about it so much?
Well, we were still getting on other people that when we were doing that winning streak, people were saying for the other team, oh, they're on a back-to-back. This or that. We caught them, and then y'all were like, you can't use that as an excuse.
A lot of people, again,
I don't.
Don't you think they would be a little bit fresher had Tibbs not played Julius Randle 7 extra minutes that he didn't need to play last night? Or RJ Barrett 6 or 7 extra minutes that he didn't have to play last night? They'd be a little bit fresher tonight. Isn't that on the coach?
To be honest with you,
7 minutes.
To be honest with you, the lead at the end of this game is not indicative of how we played totally. Like they stretched on us in the fourth quarter a little bit. This game was a little bit closer. I thought it was like a 2 or 3 point game either way. Even when we had the lead, I thought it was like a 2 or 3 point game, like 1 or 2 possessions the entire way. Sacramento beat us on their home court. Just give him credit.
I'm going to say this. I like Tibbs, and this is more about not just Kevin Knox, but Obi and Quickly also. That Tibbs is going to run this team into the ground by playing veterans that aren't that good. Because Burks and Rivers and Noel and Bullock, who he's hanging his hat on because they're veterans, they're not that good, and it's going to catch up on them.
Did Rivers play tonight?
The last 3 games Rivers played, he wasn't good at all. That's what I'm saying. And I'm looking at it in a totality kind of thing.
Was Kevin Knox good the last 3 games?
I don't know. He didn't get the minutes to play. You can't play 12 minutes and 11 minutes and expect that much productivity. I mean, if you're going to be objective on it, let's be objective.
Okay, what happens when they play in big minutes?
Oh, what's good? Jack Harlow.
Big minutes, he plays fine. He looks great. No one had anything to say about Kevin Knox. 20-some minutes a game.
What's good? Robert Parr. I see
you. Have something negative to say when he's playing 20-some minutes?
Yeah, because even when he's playing Alec Burks minutes, he's not averaging Alec Burks
minutes. In the building.
What is Alec Burks averaging? The last 2 games he's had 11. He's had 11, and tonight he had
last year he had
9.
about 25 minutes a game, and he was 15.
So he's having 10. So he's having 10 points. He's averaging
what's
10
Kevin
points.
Knox averaging?
But here's the thing. So let's look at this. Let's look at Alec Burks. So he had 2 really good games in the beginning of the season, and then was like, oh my God, Alec Burks is great. He's killing it. He's
Agreed.
Like the next coming. But then that's not who Alec Burks is.
Agreed.
And Kevin Knox had 3 good games.
Kevin Knox's best game was 16 points on 2 shooting from the 3.
No, Kevin Knox should be starting.
Kevin Knox's best game was 2 from the beginning
because I believe in Kevin Knox because Kevin Knox can do more than Burks or Bullock and Rivers. He can
Rivers
do more
has been
than
on a
them.
playoff team and contributed.
Yeah, because that team made the playoffs because of Austin Rivers. You're right. He was a star.
No, but at least
on
he
those teams
contributed. He had
playoffs.
40 in the bubble.
Yeah.
Has Kevin Knox ever had 40-point game?
He been on playoff teams. Yeah, because those teams made the playoffs because of Austin Rivers.
He's a better basketball player than Kevin Knox.
Jack Harlow said,
don't say it because you sit here and say that you just don't like a player because you're not. People aren't being objective when they talk about these kind of things. They're like, these journeyman role players
the only one that's
are
using emotion.
really good when they're not. They're not good at all.
I'm not saying they're really, really good. I'm saying
but you just have this bias on this one player because he hasn't produced up to the level that you want him to produce. So he's obviously bad. But you're bringing people who have been
J Deals Direct was good. J Deals Direct is in the building. Hey, jump in the chat.
85% of the time, this is terrible.
Yeah, man. Hey, so
all Kevin Knox right now is he left. Okay, good.
Real quick.
I'm not sure, but I think Knox has a video of Kevin W.
Steven had inspirational. Steven, Kevin, what I hear from Kevin, can you guys agree that what I normally hear from Kevin is he's not the same Knox from last year?
Oh, he's the same Knox to everybody.
What are his
Kevin
numbers
W.
this year compared to last year? I'm just curious.
I'll tell you in a sec, my friend. But
just curious. I mean,
yeah,
I'm with Stephen Fox. I think
I'm just curious.
Kevin Knox and what's up? The Prince Bun, what's happening? Hey, so I think Kevin Knox has a yellow envelope of Kevin W.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
I think he was on that island with Clinton.
My only sunshine. You make me happy when I can't play.
Hey, Zach. So Knox last year averaged 6.4 points, 2.8 rebounds, not even 1 assist.
That's why the starters play more.
Not even a half a block. A little less than 1 turnover. He shot 65% from the foul line, and he shot 36. He shot 33%.
And you know what, Steven? It's
anyway,
hold
on. Next year, this year? What's this?
Wait, hold on. It's just before you get there. It's not even the numbers.
I agree with you.
Look, right now, all he's been is just a catch and shoot guy. He doesn't have a 1 dribble pull up.
Nope.
He doesn't even have a 2 dribble pull up.
I love my goose. Yeah, I agree with you.
He has no counter moves. He doesn't have a spin move. He doesn't have a step back. He doesn't have a crossover.
He doesn't go left.
He wishes his spin move.
Freezy and I were saying this yesterday.
Last year.
He's a one-trick pony going to his right.
Julius Randle's spin move.
And when he drives to the basket, his head's down and he's going in a straight line. No matter what the defense is.
He turns it over.
and with those floaters from
Ridiculous.
hell.
No,
You're like,
jeez.
dunk that
So
damn
anyway,
ball.
what's this year's stats for him? Real quick?
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, Prince. Yo.
So I had to get
What's good?
What's up, panel? What's up?
Hey,
Salute.
What's his stats
real
this
talk.
year? Real quick?
I'm coming on like my boy G.I. Me and Kev Dub is not about to listen to this Knox slander, bro. I'm not about to listen to y'all bash. So Zach,
hold on, Steve.
Hold on, y'all. Let me do something real quick.
Steve, what's his next?
I'll give it a half a sec. Let the freeze.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
And I'll go right there.
So I just want to reset something. Me and Foxy started. We're talking about at the beginning of the show. So that now that the Prince is here and Zach and Kev. So tomorrow night on the Knicks at Night podcast, the Blorence Tears debate champ belt is on the line.
Okay.
For all that want some. So we're doing a tournament style championship free for all for Chuck B's debate championship belt. And so some names were mentioned on the Knicks Morning Drive.
Can I say
so now Kev.
I just want to say, aren't I the reigning champion when it comes to debates?
No.
Chuck belt?
No, Kev, you won the fatal 4-way.
Oh, I didn't know.
You're not the champ. You're 1-5. You know you ain't the champ. But
I'm 1-3. Thank you.
Yeah, with something.
But technically, since I bit 3 people, that should count as different debates.
So, like I was saying, the Blorence Tears debate champ belt is on the line for those that want smoke. Now, and so here's the thing: we're doing the same the normal way that we do it. It's the same format, right? 3 1-minute rounds, right? So I'm gonna talk to Foxy. I want to talk to Foxy about this, so each round is worth 1 point. Foxy, I was going to talk to you about this separately, but since we're here, we may as well talk about it on the air. How about we look at changing the third round from being equal to the first 2 and giving the third round
a couple of extra points?
Yeah, having it be an extra point, the championship round. How do you feel about that?
I like it. It allows somebody to come back from down to pull it out.
Okay.
Yeah, for sudden death. I like that.
Yeah. So here's the thing with the rest of the stuff. After Saturday night, don't come to me on the Knicks Morning Drive Sunday morning talking about you want smoke if you didn't show up Saturday night. I don't want to hear it. I might not let you in. I might not even let you in a video chat. And if you in a video chat, I might boot you, right? Because the thing is with the competition, everybody is aware that what's going to go down Saturday night. So you know the rules. And you know who the competitors are. And so if you don't bring your A game, and you don't bring your A game, and if you don't bring your A game, don't make excuses going forward. I'm giving everybody the opportunity, a fair shot to prove their worth, to defeat Chuck B and take that belt, right? Now here's the thing. Once whoever survives this thing Saturday night is going to be respected as the debate champ. Period. So when they come on the channel, when they come on KMD or the Knicks at Night podcast, I'm going to introduce them as, say for instance, if it's Day, I'm going to introduce him as, I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Blorence Tears debate champ. D is balling. When he comes on. Right?
Can you smell what Day is cooking?
Bam, right. And so
Steven on fire tonight, bro.
So for the cats that have been talking that noise, talking about they want smoke. For all those cats that have been, again, it's a bunch. I've counted. I think I counted like 13 people. And, no, JD said this, so it's like 14 people that said they want that smoke, right? Tomorrow is your chance to show and prove tomorrow night, right? Don't come in here walking soft, or sneaking around or trying to change the rules on the fly. You know what the rules are. You know what I'm saying? You know who the competitors are. So I'm saying if you want that smoke, bring your A game, period.
And Kevin, you missed Chuck this morning. He said the women want me and the men want to be like me.
Who would lie to Chuck like this? Someone is not telling him the truth.
Joke's on you. His mom thinks he's handsome.
So Kev W, your name was mentioned this morning, and Rob the Knicks name was mentioned this morning. And I think Free Keith had some air in his chest too about ghetto intellect, and I only used it as an example, and I think I had to kind of break them up a little bit, just a little bit. I just had to step between them. I didn't have to do nothing.
And Chop Low is going to be the Panama Lewis.
yeah. So so here's the thing. Let me. So Kev W. I'm just going to ask you this real quick question. I'm crusty about this loss to Sacramento, so I need a diversion, right? Are you willing to get in this competition tomorrow night at 11?
You know that I will give smoke to anybody. Okay, I'm like a
you mean like you did Zach?
Yeah, the voter fraud. He Biden.
I mean, listen, the people spoke and they said that I am the winner, and I'm not about to go against the people.
It was voter fraud.
It was a great debate. I don't take anything from Zach.
No, it was a great debate. You're right, Kev. I give you respect.
So, I mean,
Zach had you on the ropes and let you off.
It was voter fraud. No, I didn't. It was voter fraud.
You let him off.
I mean, the people spoke. The people spoke.
It's a popularity contest.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree with that. It is a popularity contest.
That's all it is. It's not who's right.
Because I guarantee that I beat when I lost to Guillermo. I beat Guillermo, but the people like Guillermo way more than me.
And somebody cue the Justin Timberlake "Cry Me a River."
He got the vote.
Somebody cue
was bringing up.
Somebody cue the Justin Timberlake.
That's what did me in, because you got people that hate Knox, people that hate Obi.
So don't let those tears formulate a river for us. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to hear it. Either you won or you lost. That's just how it goes, man.
Yeah,
but tomorrow night is the time for redemption. If you want to redeem yourself, if you feel like you were done a disservice, get better and prove it tomorrow night.
So I do have one
live competition.
Is this like just a free for all kind of like battle royale?
It's not a free for all. The reason why I even do the debate thing is because I was frustrated that free for alls hijacked the show. When you have 3 or 4 people yelling and screaming at each other about the same thing, it's terrible listening for the viewers. The viewers can't make out voices, can't understand points. So we do the debate thing so one person gets 1 minute of time where they can speak, and the listener gets to hear them and get to vote on whether this person is right or wrong. So instead of having it be like a clamoring thing where it's like sounds like a football stadium in the fourth quarter, the viewer gets to enjoy the points made by individuals and gets to vote on it. So while y'all say it's a popularity contest, yes, and you know what you need to do to win? Be popular.
But it's be right. It's not be popular.
Right. Well,
that's what it should be.
No, it's be popular, because you need the most votes. You could be right and get 1 vote and lose. Right.
Yeah, but that's the problem with it. It's not.
No, it's not a problem. No, that's not a man. Yeah. No, you got to. The thing is if you can't convince somebody that you're right, maybe you're not right.
It's not that. It's the world we live in. Nobody wants to ever admit they're wrong, and when they're wrong, they will never admit it. Look just political nowadays. Look at how many people hate each other just because they disagree.
Well, how do you describe Chuck B as being the debate champ when everybody says Chuck is a hater and a troll?
But that has nothing to do with
because he's good for ratings.
People still love him or love to hate him.
Hey, what's up, Goose?
But if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right.
I don't want to be right.
No, I'm not.
Every program needs an antagonist, and that's what Chuck B is. What would be a movie without an antagonist?
People can't agree.
I would say Chuck B is not an antagonist. He's a technician. He understands the format, And he takes advantage of the format.
He also moves the goalpost. He changes an argument to fit what he wants to say a lot. So you can say one thing.
Hey, our boy's not here to defend himself. Watch what you say about King Charles.
That's part of debating, right? What you just said. But the thing, that's right. But the problem that within this world today, and I'm not even just talking Knicks or sports, is we're in a world that it's worse than ever, where people just can't admit they're wrong, and they won't. It's worse than ever. But anyway, Steve, what's Kevin Knox's numbers this year?
Okay,
can we get that out there, please?
Yeah, he is this year. He is, and this is not including tonight's game. So that one rebound will skew everything that he got tonight. So the 7 point, he's averaging 7.1 points, 2.5 rebounds, not even one assist, not even a half a steal. He's shooting 41% from 3, and he's shooting 41% from 2. And he's shooting 80% from the foul line.
And how many minutes?
I'll tell you, he's averaging 19.9 minutes.
How many minutes last year?
So hold on. So what is Reggie Bullock averaging this season?
17.9 last season.
What's Reggie Bullock averaging this season?
So Knox's numbers, Knox's minutes are up from last year.
2 minutes.
And he's averaging like 1 point more a game.
And Reggie Bullock is.
He's the same Knox.
So what do you want, Reggie, this year? Or?
Go the whole stat this year. The whole stat line, like you just read for Kevin Knox. The whole stat line for Reggie Bullock.
Reggie is averaging 28 minutes a game. He's shooting 35% from 3.
League average.
He's shooting, I'll round it off, 40% from 2. He's shooting, 70% from the foul line. He has 4.2 rebounds a game. He has 1.2 assists. He has 0.8 steals. And he's averaging 8.9, basically 9 points a game.
In how many minutes?
28.1.
So 9 more minutes than Kevin Knox.
Correct.
And Kevin Knox is shooting better. He's averaging 1.5 points more than Kevin Knox in 9 minutes of total play.
But we know why Reggie is on the court more than Knox. It's not because of the numbers.
They don't even play the same position, really.
They do play the same position.
No,
Reggie Bullock is a starting 3. So you can't say they don't play. They play literally the same position.
Say it again.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's a fact. They literally play the small forward position.
Kevin Knox is a rotational backup.
Bullock has a higher defensive win share than Knox too.
Yeah, I think if you look at tonight's game, I mean, Bullock went scoreless tonight.
0.
And the only thing that what kept him on the court was his defense, his reputation to give you good defense, which kind of is catapulted because of the defense he played yesterday. Now, if you want to look at why Knox can't get on the court for any length of time, and I think is going to be reflected in his defensive play, because if Thibs is going to choose a scoreless small forward to stay on the court longer than a guy who can only shoot corner threes and is not as efficient on defense, that's no knock. No, listen, it's not a knock on Knox. What I'm saying
You're being objective, brother. Go.
The only thing I'm saying is that if you're going to look at why Knox can't nudge Bullock's in terms of minutes played, it's his defense. I mean, Bullock went 0, no scoreless.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That's the story.
But that's okay. That's the thing about it. Y'all are like that. That's just okay. Like, oh, well, he didn't score. That's okay. And the game that you didn't score,
I don't think
okay. Oh, well.
Kevin Knox had 5.
Oh, well, he didn't score.
I don't think it's
Let's
okay.
just pass that over.
Kevin,
I'm not saying you, Goose. I'm saying other people who think that it's just okay for a starting player to just not score, and that's just okay because he plays okay defense.
Nobody's saying
in 2021, it's okay. That's great. Reggie Bullock
nobody's saying that's okay.
That's okay. You basically saying it's okay.
No, we're not.
No, I'm not saying it's okay. What I'm saying is it's indicative of why Knox can't get
right.
So Kevin, let's say you had a direct line to Kevin Knox. Let's say you had a direct line.
He
does.
does in his mind.
What advice? What would be and then you can only give him one or two pieces of advice. What would your advice be to Kevin Knox in order to get on the court and stay on the court? Would it be an offensive advice, or would it be a defensive piece of advice?
Offensive.
So you don't think it's defense that's keeping him from playing?
No, what I would say to Kevin Knox.
Right.
I would say to Kevin Knox.
Would you tell him pick up? I'm thinking you pick up your defensive intensity, which in turn keeps you on the court, which in turn will pick up your offensive numbers.
I look at it like this: if Kevin Knox is just on fire, lighting it up, right? He's just lighting it up, and it's like you can't take him out the game.
Yes, Tibbs would if his guy is scoring, matching his points.
What if
you're
will?
baskets, that's not.
Well, this is how I look at it like this.
Scoring, so what?
If
Knox's guy is scoring, he will pull him.
And that says something about Thibodeau. That's just a story. That's just a story. Like, okay, I would rather. It's not because play style doesn't matter. I'm not going to say play style because you can play ugly and be fine. But Freezy has said himself, Tibbs wants to play like it's 1995 in 2021.
I agree.
And I want to believe it's sustainable. But you both, Zach and they have both said that y'all don't even think that's sustainable. That style of play with the roster is not sustainable, is it not?
First of all, that's not what I said about style of play. I said we don't have the talent to be a deep playoff contender.
Right.
I didn't say style of play.
It's a style of play.
Saying, yeah.
It's a style of how they're playing. No, wait, because I did say that. Because I said, Zach said, oh, well, teams don't slow it down all season long and then do it close to the playoffs. You literally came out your mouth and said that, right?
I was telling you what teams don't do. I didn't. That doesn't mean.
So that's a problem. And I asked you, is that a problem? And you said, yeah.
I said that's a problem for a deep playoff team because we can't do everything good. But slowing down the pace is a good thing. When you're a copycat league, to go against it, people don't know how to stop it because they're so used to stopping everybody that copycats. They're so used to filming going against one thing. So it can be sustainable. But you also have to have moments where you can run and gun, and we can't do that.
So again, is that on Tibbs?
No, it's on the players.
Are you sure? Because are you saying that the players don't want to run and gun?
Are you blaming a top 10 coach? Like, if we had Greg Popovich and he still didn't play Kevin Knox, are you still going to blame Greg Popovich?
I guarantee Greg Popovich would play Kevin.
I knew.
Hold on. I guarantee Greg Popovich would play Kevin Knox a whole lot more than 12 minutes a game.
Hey, so let me start by saying because this thing is ridiculous, man. Kevin Knox is trash.
Thank you.
Why we keep talking about a dude? Why we talking about a dude that averaged 20 minutes a game and scoring 7 points a game?
He can't even average a triple single.
Every day. I'm telling you, when Frank Ntilikina gets back, Kevin Knox may be out of the rotation.
Should be.
When Frank Ntilikina gets back, he's gonna get hurt the next game.
That may be true.
Which is possible. That's a possibility.
That may be true too. And I'm not trying to throw shade at Kev W. But we legit are talking about a dude that's averaging 7 points per game and is getting all the opportunity to knock off the starter and he can't wedge Reggie Bullock out of the starting lineup. He can't.
Can't even take minutes from him. Like Quick took minutes from
right.
Dayton.
Close. Right. So if it was a case where Kevin Knox was blowing away Reggie Bullock, this would not even be a discussion. But Kevin Knox is not doing himself a service. In a night that Reggie Bullock scored 0. In a night that Reggie Bullock scored 0, Kevin Knox didn't do much better against the worst defense in the league. What are we talking about?
I'm talking about something that's bigger picture. Because as much as we want to say that quickly outplayed
Peyton.
Alfred Payton, that was only for like a 2, maybe 3 game stretch. But if you look at the numbers for Emmanuel Quickly the last 3 games, he's barely playing.
Right. You mean the rookie that has only 11 NBA games under his belt compared to a third-year player.
God bless you.
This is indicative of Tibbs.
Said it beautifully.
This is like I said. This has nothing to do. This isn't just about. And like I said in the beginning, this isn't just about Kevin Knox. This is about Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly too.
But
Okay.
because Emmanuel Quickly, when he plays,
I mean, maybe not Randall, but you have really, really bad veterans ahead of them.
But they can't.
Other than Julius Randle when it comes to Obi Toppin,
but they can't outplay the veterans. That's the thing.
Right.
I would be with you if they outplayed the veterans.
Weren't we on here saying that Quickly can outplay Elfrid Payton?
A good point, guys, to think about too. And when we think about Reggie Block getting a goose egg and stuff, they got Julius Randle, who's the number one option, RJ Barrett, who's the number two, and they both get a lot of shots up in the ball. Then you got Elfrid Payton, who gets a lot of shots for whatever reason. But Reggie Bullock doesn't have the same offensive responsibilities that Kevin Knox does off the bench. Kevin Knox is supposed to be one of the top, if not the top scorer off the bench, and he can't even do that.
And he can't even do it.
Right. Let me share something with you guys real quick. Hear this out. This is concerning. I'm going to give you offensive numbers from the Knicks this season around the different parts of the court in their half-court offense. And the restricted area, as a team, they're 58%, which is not great. In the paint, which is a non-restricted, right? So it's out the restriction zone, but still in the paint. They're at 38%. That's not good.
That's not good.
And mid-range, they are 39%. In the left corner, they're 37%, which ain't bad. Right corner, 36%. That's not bad. The corner G3 in general, they're at 37%, which is okay.
Above the average.
Right. And at the top of the key, they are at 34%.
I haven't even seen them shoot that many from the top of the key now that I think about it.
They taken 297 attempts from.
Have they? That's shocking.
Yep.
That is shocking. Because I barely ever see them shoot from the top of the key. That's shocking.
So
you're only watching Kevin Knox shoot from the corner.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I only got 12 minutes out of 48 to watch that, so gotta be something else I'm watching.
So the questions. So the things. We keep making this weird thing like Kevin Knox need more minutes. Emmanuel Quickly needs to start. We keep saying the same thing, man, over and over. But we're not adding anything like any value to the conversation. Like say for instance, Kev W. What happens if Kevin Knox get counter moves in his offensive game? And what happens if Kevin Knox is able to guard shooting guards and power forwards? Is this conversation different?
Of course it is.
Yeah. What if he was able to have just one move off the dribble?
I mean, technically, Kevin Knox has guarded power
you gotta
forwards.
walk before you can run.
This season, and was fine doing it.
Who was
Kevin
he fine
Knox.
with? Who was he fine with guarding? No, name names. Who was he fine with guarding? And back it up. Come on, back it up.
There was a point in time where Kevin Knox was the backup big man on this team.
Who was he guarding that was doing well against?
But Kev, that was during the 5-game losing streak.
You have no facts. Okay.
That was during the 5-game losing streak when Kevin Knox was
No.
forward.
No.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
I don't
yes,
know
it was.
that.
But you talking about during the injury stretch where we were playing 8 guys.
When Obi was out.
Kevin Knox was the backup power forward. And as a matter of fact, that was the game he scored the stretch where he scored 16 points against Toronto in Florida, right? When he came out the first half scorching hot and cooled off in the second half.
Well, no,
you were on this show saying why didn't they get Kevin Knox the ball in the second half?
Hey, Steve, is there any way we can look up who he guarded?
No,
Kevin won't back up his statement.
No, because how many games has Obi Toppin played this season?
I'll look it up.
Oh, he's only
five.
Four. So that means Kevin Knox played the backup big man. What's his 17 games? Like 13 times.
No, man, that's not true math.
That is true. If Obi Toppin, who is the backup big man, X and Noel, right, played 4 games out of 17. Who was the backup big man the rest of those games?
Julius Randle. He played dang near the whole game.
Right.
But Julius Randle and who? Kevin Knox. Because Julius Randle and Kevin Knox were on the court together at the same time, were they not?
Yeah, but who was playing the 4 then?
I mean, so you trying to say that Kevin Knox was playing the backup center? So all right then. So let's say Kevin Knox was playing center's position and was doing
But
fine.
you're trying to politically run around what you're saying.
No, you just made it political. I just said Kevin Knox was playing the backup 4.
You said he stopped guys. You said he guarded guys
right?
well. I'm asking who did he guard well?
Freezy said he only played
single name.
No, Freezy just said he only played 5 games with a 5-game losing streak, which we all know is false. That is a false statement.
Knox. So you're saying Kevin Knox was not the backup power forward during that stretch?
He's been the backup power forward for 13 games, is what I'm saying. Between the time Obi left and Obi came back, Kevin Knox was the backup forward. Is that not true?
I think we're reaching a line.
Okay, even better. 13 games. Name one guy he guarded well. Name one guy he guarded well to back up 4.
That's a fact. He was.
Name one guy he guarded well to back up 4. You can't do it. Name one guy he guarded well.
Name one guy in that stretch.
In the backup 4, yeah. Name one guy in 13 games that he guarded well that we could say, dang, he did good. He locked him up.
Name one. Chris Middleton.
Like Chris Middleton's a 3. He's not a 4. He's never played the 4.
I mean,
are we saying that Kevin Knox can guard?
What power forward? What big men? You said he backed up. He played well guarding big men. No, he didn't. Name one big man
that did something on him. I'll say that.
He did. You answer that question.
Answer that question. Name one that did.
All of them.
Name one that did. Name one that
went off Kevin Knox. I know how to end this. Hold on.
You'll never end it because he's a fan.
Oh no! This is gonna be ended.
I said name one that did.
But you
name one big man that actually did something. Fine. Let me just go to a random game that just a random game that he probably played backup big man on against somebody and was fine on him. Wait, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, exactly. It was a game you were wrong. Okay.
No, I clicked on the wrong thing. I'm gonna click on box score. Okay.
Bullock is begging Knox to take his jam job.
He still can't.
He couldn't. Barnes
shout out
21 points on him tonight.
Right.
Oh, that's not. They didn't have anyone.
Goose is our Lawrence Tears power forward, and he does better than Kevin Knox.
That's something. No, I want to do that.
Sick as a clown, yo. Oh man.
Carry the 3.
I might be a clown, but I'm your guys' clown, so it's okay.
That's a compliment. Don't take it personal.
Hey, that's your opinion. My opinion is
That's right.
Yeah. You can never be wrong in today's world.
I'm gonna get these Kevin Knox defensive numbers.
Everyone's opinion matters now. What do they used to say, Freezy? I'm not going to use a swear word, but opinions are like what holes? Everybody has one.
Hey man, you ain't putting that one on me. You ain't putting that one on me.
Oh,
he said I got
it. But the thing is, man. So first of all, everybody, welcome to the Knox at Night podcast. All right. Secondly, the Kevin Knox conversation, man, has been killed, cooked, roasted, beaten. I mean, every type situation we every night we talk about Kevin Knox being a starter, man. Kevin Knox is not a starter. I honestly wish that we could talk about something else. You know what I mean? Because talking about a dude that averages 7 points should be the starter over a guy that scored 0 points against the worst defense in the league is not compelling anymore. I think it's we're to a point where if Kevin Knox doesn't do anything, he shouldn't even be mentioned. You know what I'm saying?
And his name stripped like Washington did.
Right. And I'm not throwing shade at Kev W, but what I'm saying is I'm not throwing shade at Kev W. I'm not throwing shade, Kev. I ain't trying to start no arguments. But what I'm saying, I legit watched our team lose after our point guard couldn't hit a shot from straight on. You know what I'm saying? I saw a defender look at Elfrid Payton and go towards the rim to rebound. You know what I'm saying? What in the world is that? What kind of world are we living in? What era of basketball are we in where the defender looks at our point guard and it looks at him, get ready to take the shot, doesn't go defend it, but goes to get the rebound before he even shoots it.
And the worst part is that player with no name is shooting over 40% from 3. And that would help our problems tremendously, and he still can't win the starting job.
Again, see, this is what I'm trying to say, because the question isn't about someone, but other people want to make it about them. They keep wanting to bring it back to something, and you went and talking about something else. That's the whole situation right there. You keep saying, "Oh, I don't want to talk about it," but then other people just want to hate
But
and keep talking about it.
I didn't.
You didn't say that, Freezy. That's what I'm saying. You are trying to change it, but someone else comes back and wants to bring the subject back to number 20 by saying asinine comments.
But so what happens? What happens if our point guard is able to hit an elementary school jump shot?
Oh, it opens the whole game up.
This goes back to
7 years in the league and he still can't.
Hey, Kevin, let me ask you a question. Tonight, Knox had 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. The last game against the Magic, he had 2 points, no rebounds, no assists. The game before that against the Celtics, he had 3 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Against the Cavaliers in 18 minutes, he had 6 points, 4 rebounds. That was a blockbuster
Decent game for him.
Yeah, against the Nets, he had 13 points, 2 rebounds. Against the Hornets, he had 19 points and 5 rebounds. That was his big game of the year. Against Denver, he had 6 points, 1 rebound. Against the OKC, he had 9 points, 4 rebounds. Against the Jazz, he had 7 points, 1 rebound. So against the Hawks, he had 6 points, no rebounds. Against the Pacers, he had no points. He had no points and 2 rebounds. Come on, man.
Hey, that's asinine because you're bringing up something negative.
Yeah, so
that's asinine.
Meaning, how do you justify
your opinion, Steve?
How do you have 1 rebound? Forget the points. The other elements of the game that would keep him on the court. When you play that, how do you only have 1 rebound?
At how tall is he? 6'7"?
But with that wingspan, he should
taller
be
than 6'7".
Everybody say he's 6'9".
6'9", exactly.
Okay, so
6'7".
How do you justify being on the court 20 minutes at 6'9" and getting 1 rebound? That's hustle. That's heart. That's not even a
especially
skill.
if you're playing the backup big.
Yeah, especially if you're playing the backup big.
Yeah.
But man, so the Kevin Knox thing, man, is to me, it's like
it's dead.
Yes.
I'm not talking about Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox is like, I didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on me.
I got you. I got you.
He keeps bringing like we're trying to say something. And Stephen Fox has brought up Kevin Knox again to me. Again, people keep bringing up Kevin Knox to me, and so I'm going to defend him if he's brought up to me.
How many times has Kevin brought up that player?
If he isn't brought up, I keep trying to change the subject. I do.
Right.
And if I was you, I want to change it too.
But people keep bringing it back.
Right.
People keep wanting to harp on Kevin Knox. And so I'm just, because I'm a Kevin Knox fan, I'm just not going to allow that. And that's what it is.
Okay. So
good story.
All right. So Knox is trash. But our point guard play has been subpar. You know what I'm saying? Especially tonight. And I don't blame Quickly totally, because for a guy 11 games in the league, what do you expect from a guy?
And from a guy that didn't play point guard throughout his whole college career.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna say about Quickly is this. With the whole team being young and a lot of guys having a low basketball IQs, especially at the NBA level, I think you'll see Quickly struggle at point guard some, because when guys are not in the right position, it's just going to take him a few games to figure it out. And I don't mean once they get into motion. I'm talking about setting guys up, directing guys before these plays start, so they'll go to the right place. And then if the play breaks down, then maybe he can create something off the dribble, whether it be a floater or some type of shot. I expect him to be better at that, maybe about game 30, about game 30, 35. At that point, if Elfrid Payton is still indefensible, I mean, not indefensible, but trash, then you got to make the switch at least at game 30 or game 35. And to the question that went unanswered, Foxy asked me about the Knicks making a deep playoff run.
Thank you.
I think it totally hinges. I think it totally hinges on our point guard play.
But the question was, if we're going to do that, if you feel strongly that we're going to make the playoffs, that means we're not going to get the point guard of our future in the draft. Then what's stopping us from trading for a Beal or somebody else and saying
that was your question?
But that's not a point guard.
But his point. But to his point, though, to Fox's point, is so Bradley Beal is not just a shooting guard, but he's a playmaker and creator for himself and others. Like tonight, if we had Bradley Beal, we'd have won this game. If in theory, right? Because we had our starting small forward didn't score a point, and our point guard looked ridiculous on offense tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you hold on to these 2021 first round picks if you can trade them for Bradley Beal? And I'm here to say I'm not for sure if I would, but I would love to hear the conversation for or against.
All right.
Because if you're not gonna if they're not gonna be as valuable as we thought they were, based on both teams' performance, why not go get a guy? Could be, say for instance, right? Like say for right now, if we get the 8 seed, so that'll make us 14, right? So the pick before the season started, we thought it would be top 3, top 5. Right now, it looks like it may be 14 or 15. Why not trade that away for Bradley Beal, that and Dallas's pick, and some dudes that can't walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, like Kevin Knox and Frank Ntilikina, and maybe even Obi for Bradley Beal.
If that's what got it done, I'm for it.
Because
but it's not going to happen. Oh, hold on.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen.
I'm agreeing. It's not.
Hold on.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen because if guys like, first of all, if it's the 14th pick, there's a hole in that because the Pelicans got Zion. They're trying to like having a worse record in the league doesn't guarantee you the number 1 or top 3 or top 5 pick anymore.
Right.
That's one. 2.
So the Pelicans went from 9 to 1.
But still, that's a huge jump. We got to agree. That's a huge jump. But as long as you're in the lottery, you got a shot anymore. Is how I see it. But at least to move up, like let's say we were 14, but we end up going to 8, and we can get a solid top 10 player. Because where it seems like we're in 8 purgatory in the draft, we're always going to be around 8 or 9. But you can't give up just those two, the Dallas first and our first next year, and a bunch of guys who even Washington knows can't walk or chew bubblegum at the same time for Bradley Beal. That's not getting it done. Drew Holiday had a guy like Drew Holiday. Eric Bledsoe and 3 first-rounders. So what do you think Bradley Beal's going to command to get him here? They're going to at least ask for one of these 3. Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle.
Or maybe
and if you take one
of
of those, or maybe 2, and if you take 2 of, let's say we take 2 of those guys away and just add Bradley Beal, we're not a better team. Solely because the other guy, Bradley Beal doesn't do everything on the basketball court. He doesn't protect the rim for you. He's not gonna get you 7 assists a game.
He's averaging 5.
Okay, but I'm saying like he averages 5. Okay, but he's not gonna get you that paint points that a Julius Randle gets you. He's not gonna do everything. You need Julius Randle with Bradley Beal with RJ Barrett you need all the guys we have on this roster and add Bradley Beal. Maybe give away some of those bum players that you mentioned.
So Freezy, with your GM hat on,
done.
And those picks that won't be Cade or
and that's
you
the
never
exact
know.
thing.
Might
It's
end up being
like
stars because you get stars.
But you can't throw the dice like that because they're still unproven commodities. You know, then trade for somebody that's a proven commodity, like a Beal, like a Zach LaVine.
So you're on board for trading away all of our good players and first round picks for Bradley Beal?
No,
I'm asking.
I'm saying I totally. We keep Mitch. We keep RJ. We keep Randall. Everybody else, I'm cool with.
Yeah, but that's not.
But here's the thing,
happen.
Steven. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Look at every blockbuster trade. If you look at every blockbuster trade for a superstar or star player, there's usually another good player.
Oh, wait. Okay, pause right there. Right. So James Harden was just traded. Is James Harden a superstar player?
Yeah.
Victor Oladipo.
That's why you have three. That's
But
why
Victor
you have four
Oladipo
teams.
and Karis LeVert.
they have
Karis
other
LeVert who
teams
averages like
involved.
20 points a game.
So are you saying Karis LeVert was a superstar?
No, that's not what I said. Listen to what I said.
Well, so
Every superstar has at least a good
I'd give up
player.
Obi. I'd give up Obi.
Victor Oladipo is a superstar.
He's a
He
star.
was.
He's a
before
star
injury.
player, yes.
Yeah.
Right, but is he a superstar?
No,
No,
I didn't say
but-
he had to be a superstar.
Right.
Neither is
but
RJ
he-
Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson.
don't change it. Here's the thing. There's a difference between being
Man,
a
you just
star.
said every time a superstar gets traded, you have to trade a superstar.
No,
No,
I
we
did not
said you
say
had to trade
that.
good
I did not
players.
say that, Freezy. I said, yeah, there's at least a good player.
Holy crap!
Oh,
What's
wait a minute.
happening?
Let me-
Kevin
no,
and I
man,
are on the
no,
same
man.
page. What is
Let me
happening right now?
let me rewind it. I'm gonna rewind the tape.
Rewind and
Hold on.
listen to what I said. I said it's a good player, at least in that trade going back. I said it's a good player. Do I sound like that?
Yeah, you sound
That
so
was
weird.
so
on
good, you had
camera
to
when
say it
hear
twice.
yourself, bro. It's so weird.
But so my point is I think we're assuming too much. We use. Oh, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead, D.
Thank you. So, are you green light or red light for a Bradley Beal trade? Yes or no?
You said earlier they're going to win
yes.
the finals if they get him.
Yes.
It depends on the package.
Okay, yes. Okay, good. Thank you for saying yes. Now, put on your GM hat. Who are you giving up to get Bradley Beal?
Used car
One
salesman
step at a
hat.
time.
So wait a minute. So who or what?
Anything.
Or
Who
both?
or what? Whatever.
Okay.
You're the GM.
So my deal is I would prefer to give up the draft picks as opposed to the players.
How many draft picks?
It depends on what they're asking and their value because each first round pick has a different value.
But
No, but I mean, you're the
Beal's
GM.
going to be
You're
three
putting-
number ones.
No,
You're
more than
putting
that.
your
Drew
offer
Holiday was
out there.
3 ones.
I would give up 3 1s
And
for
Eric
Bradley Beal.
Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they won't
I would
take
give
that.
them the
That's
two
how they
Dallas
want more.
picks.
Yeah,
So
I
you
would
give
give
up
them 2
three
Dallas
number
picks.
ones.
Thank you. Me too, Goose. I give up
Yep.
the 2 Dallas picks.
6. And
But not our own pick this year. Not our own pick. I want to keep 1 pick this year though.
yeah,
We have to.
So here's
We
the-
have to get
so D, this is the reason why I would do the Bradley Beal thing. Tonight in a close game, the Sacramento Kings' worst defense in the NBA did not defend Elfrid Payton on the perimeter.
Yeah,
Right. So we were down by 4, and Elfrid Payton had a 3-point attempt to bring the game to 1. Right. So what happens is the defender peels off of Elfrid Payton and goes to the rim to rebound because Elfrid Payton can't shoot. Does a defense do that to Bradley Beal?
No, of course not.
Of
But
course,
the fact is that we want to mortgage our future to win games like this.
But I'm still trying to understand what you would give up. So far we're on the Dallas picks, right? What players are you involving in this?
So I'm giving both Dallas picks, and I would give up the 2021 first round pick this year.
And next year's or no?
No, you can't give them up.
So Freezy, you would give up a draft
at
pick.
least.
You would give up a draft pick in one of the deepest drafts in probably
2 draft picks.
the decade, probably. You're going to give up that pick.
2 draft picks.
So here's the thing. So 2 draft picks, right? So what's the point? So here's our man. Pow! What's good? Hey, what's good?
What's up, man?
So D. So what's the purpose of drafting 2 guys? You're trying to draft a superstar, right?
You're trying to draft.
Good starters,
No, not a
role
superstar.
players.
You're trying to draft something that's going to be worth something to your organization.
Supplemental pieces.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a superstar.
So why not just go ahead and trade that for a guy that you already know has established that?
No, we got that already. But
if that's what got it done, yes.
But we're saying you're giving that up. I want to know what players you're involving in this too, because Washington's not just going to take draft picks.
Frank Ntilikina.
And so.
Hey, Dane, let me ask you a question. Let's switch it off of Beal for a second. Would you give up just draft picks, not send players, to get a sign and trade with Kyle Lowry?
No.
He's past his prime.
I love
He's
Kyle.
still playing well.
He's averaging
He's
19 points.
34. He's not.
Yeah,
Why would you
he's
give
not
up
gonna
a
help
future
you
for a
for
guy
long.
who's not going to be around long term?
Yeah,
Why would I
you can.
mortgage?
That's a
why-
short-term
why
fix.
would I
That's a
mortgage?
rental.
Why would I mortgage a potential future for a guy that's going to hit 35?
Wait. Okay.
Wait. If you don't have a top 5 pick, how do you know you're mortgaging your future?
We're not good enough to trade for a 35-year-old to get us over the hump.
It's not
We're
even
not that good.
What promises that a top 5 pick would actually get you something
agree with you. That's why I said I'd rather get an established player, but statistically, as you go down, we have the Donovans, and we could pick these people, the anomalies, but most of the people there are going to be role players. They're not going to be superstars.
Right. We already have our future superstar, R.J. Barrett.
And that's why he's untouchable.
Julius Randle.
That's why I said they were untouchable. I agree.
But they're going to ask for R.J. Barrett. If Washington has any, if their GM has
ever
an
Kyle
IQ of
on
1,
this one. Okay.
Oh no, right. If they have an IQ of over 1, they're going to say for Kyle Lowry's instance, they still want R.J. And they're going to say with Bradley Beal, we need R.J. or we're going to hang up the phone right now.
And that's cool. That's part of the process. Then
I'm not getting exactly
and keep our things.
Right.
Exactly. It's not going to happen.
Right.
That was the point I was trying to make, is that it's not realistically going to happen.
And so, man, y'all make this weird thing like every.
So you think we give up the Dallas picks for LeBron James?
Wait a minute. So listen. So y'all make this assumption that every draft pick is a hit. You know what I'm saying? Because
never made that assumption.
No. That's the assumption in the air right now. That's the assumption in the air. The assumption in the air is that those 2 lottery picks are going to be 2 guys that are going to be 2 hellified players. That's the assumption. Don't give up the 2 picks because we might get something. Bradley Beal is already something, and we know that. You know what I'm saying? In his prime.
No one's arguing that.
That's not the argument.
Can I say something?
The thing I'm concerned about is that the last thing I want to do is deplete our draft picks, take on a huge contract, give away some of our best players just to become a perennial 7 and 6 seed.
Wait. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. So if that argument
like a Portland,
if that argument makes sense to y'all, why do y'all complain about our team being trashed the last 20 years?
Because
we didn't grow. Because we didn't draft right. We didn't draft right, and we didn't grow internally.
They traded for Melo.
But Freezy, we did
trade before.
Freezy, we didn't draft right. We didn't free agent right. We didn't develop right. We didn't get the right systems right. So
now our fans
all the above.
8 and 9. So you see an 8-9 start, they want to trade for anybody that's out there and think it's going to be doing something. Zach LaVine, Bradley Beal, Kyle Lowry. These guys aren't winning you a championship. With this team, adding one of those guys, they're not winning a championship.
It'll get us to the playoffs, but that's it. I mean, I want to. What happened to the whole discussion of development and growing internally and organically from using our own development team? I mean, yes, we're playing well, but I don't want to throw that out the window because we're thinking one player is going to bring us to the promised land when we have to give away two roster players that he's going to need to get us to the promised land.
Exactly.
Development.
I like Goose.
You can develop certain players, but there's only certain players that you're going to be able to develop into an elite player.
Okay, we have that guy right now in R.J. Barrett.
Or 2 guys.
We still need a point guard. You're right. We're still going to need a point guard, but there has to be something strategically to get us what we need without depleting our cap space, our draft picks, and our current roster.
And you know what
ones are trash.
So then how do you feel about us trading 3 number 1s or 2 number 1s to move up to get Jalen Suggs?
No,
I wouldn't do that.
How do you know Suggs is going to hit?
How do you know anyone outside of that?
Steve, the more draft picks you have, the better chance you have at getting someone that hits.
Yeah.
If you give away, you have 3 first rounders in 5 years. You're not going to have a better chance than you would if you have 7 first rounders in 5 years.
It's like you do this,
and
trade,
also
you're not going to go in any other place because it's like
exactly.
It's like okay, you get rid of Randall for Bradley Beal, and then
I didn't say that.
No.
But you're going to have to.
I'm not saying you're going to have to. That's a scenario.
Let Powell take it, man.
Let me just get this
take
off,
it, Powell.
right? So you're going to trade Randall for Bradley Beal. Most likely, we're either going to lose RJ or Mitch and a few other guys, and of course, like a few first, because like this is the trade package. Everybody is
right.
Well, not everybody's proposing. Team. So, and then what? So we get Bradley Beal here, and then what? Are we really going to go anywhere? We might be even worse than we were before.
And the chat was calling me crazy this morning for saying that.
You get what I mean?
And guys, and let's think about how many times we've done that in the past 20 years.
Oh man.
I just like to say that I Googled it because you keep talking about just trading picks. So I just Googled the top 25 trades of all time in the NBA, and each one of them have multiple players. Like I've looked at them, multiple good players.
Yeah.
And so it's like people are like, oh, just trade Knox and DSJ and Frank, and we'll get Bradley Beal. And it's like, wait a minute, what? No, that's not going to happen. Like, in order to get something, you have to give up something.
Yeah, and
so what are you comfortable? You can't sit here and say, I want to keep my good stuff, but get someone else's good stuff too, and give them my trash. And because I'm a Knicks fan, it'll work like that.
If
there is a that's not business at all.
If there's a trade situation, they should be calling us. What are you willing to offer for Randall?
Now I think it's different between. It's different if you. I mean, I know someone brought up Kyle Lowry, his age, but you can get Kyle Lowry, and I don't think with someone like Kyle Lowry, you had to give up that much because of his age.
That's why
because Toronto knows.
You're right.
Because Toronto knows, okay, we're not going to re-sign him. So we can give him up for something and get at least have something back in return. Well, you don't have to give up the whole house.
Van Vliet, and they gave up,
so you don't have to give up the house like Bradley Beal. But then you're going to have Kyle Lowry, he's 35, but you can still say he's playing at a very high. He's playing at a higher level than any of our point guards.
Right,
all of them combined.
Yeah.
So Kev, let's say like Los Angeles or another team that's contending, right? Goes out there and says, we'll give you a first rounder and a second rounder for Kyle Lowry. And he comes back to the Knicks and say, what are you offering? Well, we're offering you 2 seconds. Now you got to give us a first. You're not, that's smart negotiating. And say, I'm not giving a first for a 35-year-old player. No, let him go.
I mean, I don't think Toronto would ask.
I was just using let's say they get one. Some team is stupid out there and gives up their first rounders for a guy like that.
Well, one, I don't think LA could actually do that since they just
I just gave up an example. That was it.
No, I probably
But the thing is, you can do this. You can get smart. Like Victor Oladipo is a free agent next year. You can bring him in on the cheap.
That's what I'm thinking. I was just going to say the same thing.
You can bring him in on the cheap to be off the bench to help your scoring, or even next to RJ, because he could. I mean, but you can get free agents on the cheap that are very conductive to winning.
Well, you're not going to get Victor Oladipo on the cheap.
No, I'm saying off his knee, he's not the same as he used to be. He's not.
You're still not going to get him on the cheap. You're not going to get him on an Alec Burks deal.
No, but I'm telling 10 to 15 million would be solid. Like 10 million for Victor Oladipo would be ridiculously solid on the cheap.
I think he can personally, I think
maybe
Victor Oladipo can probably still get 20 million a year.
Okay, yeah.
I'm saying NBA. But the thing about it is this. Also, you got to look into it. The Knicks are going to have $60 million next year.
Yeah, man.
That they have to spend. Like, they have to spend that money. And so it's like, even if you got Kyle Lowry this year, right? Just say you got Kyle Lowry.
I hope
Kyle Lowry is not going to get. Kyle Lowry can get 10 to 15 million next year, and that'll be fine. And then you can still have plenty of money.
Yeah,
to fill in other holes.
Not to trade for him.
No, but I'm saying it all depends on this also, where the Knicks are at the deadline. Like if they feel that they're in a really good position to make a move, because a lot of times people make moves for the psyche of a team. Like, okay, I'm making this move because I think we can do something, and I want to better position us to, have some momentum. A lot of times that's how teams make trades. And so if this team at the deadline of Tom Thibodeau and Leon Rose say, I think if we add this piece right here, it would put us, instead of the 8th seed, a 6th seed, or just saying something like that, or a 5th seed if we got Kyle Lowry. And then the 5th seed, we could probably have a better matchup to do something with.
Yeah, but you're giving up draft picks to go from an 8th seed to a 5th
Kyle Lowry,
seed?
you wouldn't give up. I wouldn't say you would give up draft picks, plural. If we give up one first, okay, and if we give up one first rounder for Kyle Lowry, is that really going to kill anybody?
The Dallas first? No, yeah, I'd give up for Kyle Lowry.
No, it's not going to kill. If we give up one first round pick for Kyle Lowry,
if they said
it's
right
not
now
kill
just
anybody.
the Dallas first, and you have Kyle Lowry.
Powell, let me ask you a question. Right. So when's the last time you've seen an NBA team win a championship by just drafting each individual superstar?
Ooh, that's an easy one.
Golden State Warriors.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, that's a fact right there.
Pre-KD.
They built organic. Yeah, but they built organically and then signed a free agent. They didn't trade stupid trades for anybody.
To help them out. They didn't trade for a superstar. They brought in Andre Iguodala.
Yeah. A glue piece.
A glue piece, yeah. Here, I think the question is this. Do we not value Randall enough that we're using our own draft picks? Why don't we, like, okay, Kyle Lowry. You're going to give me Kyle Lowry, you better give me Chris Boucher too. A few draft picks of yours, and then you can...
Nice.
You know what I mean? Make the trade equal. Make it... that's what I'm saying. Like, instead of...
It's all part of negotiating.
Instead of just us packaging Randall to get rid of him to get somebody...
Nobody said Randall.
No,
said Randall.
So okay,
is not on this podcast. Nobody said Randall.
Let's just say you keep Randall and Barrett. Now let's say you bring in a Beal. Where does Beal fall into your offensive hierarchy?
He's the number one.
The small forward.
He would be the number. Okay,
I meant the three is in a small forward.
Right.
He's the number one option.
So he becomes your number one option.
Chemistry of the whole team.
And sort of because now Randall feels he is the engine that is currently making this team run.
Changes the whole system is how you play.
Don't you think a player like Booz will make Randall better and make RJ better because they're not collapsing on them because they have to because they're going to be worried about.
But if that's the case, then he's the third option.
I think
he's going to stand out there and space the floor. He's not the number one.
I think a reliable point guard. Like an Oladipo, who's going to be a free agent this year.
He's a shooting guard.
Yeah, Oladipo's on.
He doesn't run point.
Shooting guard.
No, Goose.
No.
How about Drew Holiday? Is he still a free agent this
I consider him he was a
signed a big contract.
Yeah, he's a big.
He just signed a big contract. Yeah, because getting back to my point, I'll leave it at this. I don't want to bring in a Beal, give our assets away, and then at the same time, kind of internally mess up our chemistry with because there's only one basketball to go around. Okay, so.
But Lowry's a culture guy, man.
I don't want Lowry at all. I don't want Lowry.
Why would you want Kyle Lowry?
First of all, Lowry's a pick.
Because Lowry's 36 years old, and if you have Lowry,
the longer this podcast goes, the older Lowry gets.
Oh no, let me just answer Kyle
Lowry was 77 years old.
Michael Jordan.
Let me answer Kev's question.
Picks for Michael Jordan right now.
If we had a point guard, if we had a young point guard that we definitely, let's say, if quickly we see him, because a lot of people don't even name him exactly. So now with Zach, with what you just said, would you bring in a Lowry without having let's say Lowry as a mentor? You would bring him in without having a younger guard that he can learn from to take his place in 2 to 3 years?
Thank you.
Got a surprise, y'all.
So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's your arguments. Oh God.
Chuck.
Hello. The people's champion.
But Goose, I'm trying to figure out what's your argument.
I wonder why he's so happy tonight.
My argument against Kyle Lowry or any veteran point guard is I wouldn't make a move like that unless I had a younger point guard to basically mentor him. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
That's my point.
But who's to say Emmanuel quickly can't learn a single thing?
Because everyone just said that he's not a point guard.
Right now, yeah, he's not. But what I'm saying is he could learn some playmaking tendencies from him still. He could learn leadership. He could learn defense. You're not just going to bring him in and teach someone how to pass the ball. Kyle Lowry's going to teach someone how to be a good defender like he is. He's gonna show people how to play in big minutes, in big moments.
You're right.
He's gonna show him so much more than just passing the ball and being a point guard.
I like Quickly's.
That's not just Quickly. That's everybody.
Yeah, but the thing is, you got to look at it as what do the Knicks see in Quickly? Do they see him as the point guard of the future?
I don't know. I'm not
part of the puzzle.
Wait,
not at this moment in time.
So here, just to make it, let's look at this objectively, right? Instead of throwing out a player's name, because I think that kind of makes things difficult. Let's just ask ourselves, what does this team need right now? Do we need scoring or playmaking?
We need a little bit of everything.
They need Kyle Lowry.
First for the move.
They need Kyle Lowry.
We need a little bit of everything, and then some Jesus, maybe a side of LeBron James.
You're saying what's priority? Is that what you're asking?
Like instead of because we're talking about a trade situation to bring
Yeah,
somebody in to help.
The bigger question should be, where the hell is Rob the Nick? I think that's the most
serious question.
That is serious. Where is Rob the Nick after a loss? What's happening?
I think he's wearing his Gucci leathers, smoking an Inferno cigar and having a little out of his flask.
Yeah. Macking to a girl half his age. Come here, girl.
But you got your side, pal. You got your side, Goose. But then there's the truth. What do you think, Chuck? You're the truth. What do you think we should do? Trade for a Beal, save our draft picks, or light a candle and say Hail Mary full of grace?
Because it doesn't have to be a Beal, is what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be Lowry. It doesn't have to be Beal. So what do we need?
Right.
We need a playmaker.
Point guard. We need a competent floor general.
We need talent.
We need Black Jesus reincarnated.
We need a point guard where the defense is not going to go off of him on the perimeter. You know what I mean? Like
we're talking like Bargnani's still in the roster right now.
Let our Chuck. Goodness. So Chuck,
let's give up 2 first-rounders for Bargnani.
Even if we get the talent, we still going to need that point guard to organize the talent.
Floor general.
That's it. Because right now, Peyton ain't it. He's the
there you go.
Whoa, hold on. This is an intervention for Chuck tonight, too.
Yes. He said it.
Yes.
It's not even
about no. I never considered Peyton a starting point guard. My thing was he's the only point guard on the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to see quickly running the point. He don't have those. He don't have that.
Hallie and Fox are just smarter than
Fox. Doesn't even have that great of a basketball IQ. He's just a quick, fast score first point guard.
Compared to our guys.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about this. We're talking about this game tonight, right? I'm talking about this game tonight, right here.
So, the difference in this game tonight was point guard play.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to say.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying in general, moving forward, we need a point guard. I ain't talking about tonight.
That was the question I asked right before they took the lead. I said, who has a much collective, smarter IQ, the Knicks or the Kings right now? And
that's hard to say a smarter IQ because you got to do that by player if you're going to say it like that. But yeah,
smarter defensively, Noel.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Noel or who? Noel
or Bagley.
Bagley, the guy that fouled out with 10 points.
But yeah, I'm just proposing questions like how it would.
Yeah, it's hard to measure that though. It's hard to measure IQ.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because you also got to take into consideration somebody might just be more talented. You know what I'm saying? So just because they're better defensively don't mean they're smarter.
Right.
No,
yeah, don't take the Kings as some great defensive team. They had 2 days off to prep for the Knicks.
No, they last in defense. They terrible in defense.
Yeah, they just had 2 days to prep for what the Knicks were going to bring to them.
And the Knicks are playing on a back-to-back on the West Coast, flying from East Coast to West Coast, playing the second game of a back-to-back.
But if we had a 3 that played for us, maybe it'd be a different, Bullock, and we would have a different result tonight.
And that NBA basketball player.
We play the Warriors on the back-to-back. There's no excuses.
Yeah.
Wow. So wait. So we played the Warriors on the back-to-back?
Yeah, the Warriors was on the back-to-back.
It was a first back-to-back.
So did the Warriors play us in the Garden, or did the Warriors play us at home? Did they have to fly from the West Coast to the East Coast?
A back-to-back game.
No, there is a difference,
that flaws
man.
Your excuse though, because we went to back-to-back on the road.
Well, no, because to Chuck's point, we had 2 days off before playing Golden State.
Oh,
right.
So it had nothing to do with them being home.
But Golden State got in their car and drove 13 minutes from their house to the arena. The New York Knicks got on a plane and flew 3,000 miles to the West Coast.
2 days before the game.
Okay.
No, Freezy, that's an interesting statement.
Right, these dudes clearly they have never been to the West Coast.
Because if you think about it, aren't we always technically playing away? Because where we practice, like if you play basketball and you practice, you get used to the hoop, you get used to the floor, you get used to everything. So they might be making all these shots in Tarrytown, but in the Garden, they're just like in an away game.
Well, does that season? Well, hold on. Technically, are they even still practicing in Tarrytown? Because there's no reason. There's no reason for them to not practice in the Garden because there's nothing else going on in the Garden.
No, when IQ like posted his IG pic or whatever, he was in the Tarrytown facility. That wasn't the Garden.
Yeah, but still, though,
that's weird because literally there's nothing else going on in the Garden to prevent them from practicing in the Garden.
We can't win on the road after traveling a lot or whatever. We can't play back-to-backs. We can't win games. How are we going to go deep in the playoffs?
Yeah. We also, again, for the umpteenth time, had 0 fast break points tonight.
Wow.
That's a frightening statistic.
And then 100% accurate for the umpteenth time, yes.
Yeah. So Alfred Payton had posted 7, 3, and 3 with 5 fouls.
The thing with Alfred Payton,
he IQ knew how to cut to the basket. You would think, like with his body style, his speed, you would think he would be cutting the basket like crazy, but it's just
don't have a
Alfred Payton. It seems to me Alfred Payton almost has to play his best game just to be sufficient and efficient as a point guard. If he does not play at his best, we don't get anything from that position.
So you're saying he's a new Timmy Hardaway Jr.
I'm saying he's Alfred Payton. I'm saying he's Alfred Payton. That's what I'm saying.
So I would say right now is the so Foxy. Do you remember when before the Golden State game, I said the Golden State Warriors game is a litmus test to see where we are. You remember those 2 days off in between? I said this is the litmus test to see if we should go or what direction we should go in.
Yeah.
And so to everybody here, I made that statement in the form of an inquisitive, like it was an inquisitive statement, not really a question. Because I wanted to, I felt like being 7-8 and playing Golden State, who had remnants of a championship team on their roster, this would be a litmus test for us. Do we go to Golden State and get the doors blown off of us, or do we go there and win by 15? So I went out on the limb and said the Warriors, the Knicks would beat the Warriors by 15 because I felt like this team is a top echelon team in the East once we figure a couple things out. And the thing I want to figure out is the point guard play and Kevin Knox, right? So if our point guard could hit an open shot from anywhere, the Knicks are a legit contender. And if Kevin Knox sounded off for the equipment check, I think this team is a different animal, right?
And if the Kings had a single player who could defend, they'd be different. If their guys could defend, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. They're not a deep playoff contender. Like, no, they're not.
Man, I don't know. I don't know if you understand what you're looking at.
The litmus test, you're saying the Warriors are a litmus test? They have Steph Curry and Draymond Green. Who else from that championship team? They're not the same Warriors. They're not. They're maybe a fringe 8th seed in the East at best.
In the East?
In the West. Sorry, West. But still, they're not a playoff team that's like a contender or anything like. They're not a contender. They're coming off a 15 win, 17 win season.
That just showed me you didn't even listen to what I said. That just showed that you didn't even listen to what I said.
You said they're a litmus test with remnants of a championship team.
Right, remnants of a championship team. That's what I said. And then you said they don't have some of the pieces that they had when they won a championship.
They have the two guys that needed carried to win championships.
So you just co-signed what I said and disagreed. Dog, remnants. Did you understand what remnant is?
What I'm saying, but you're using it in a different way. They're not
I'm not using it in a different way. And so can somebody define, because if I don't understand what the word remnant means, can somebody school me?
Remnant is like the leftover, kind of like, when you go to Detroit, like all of those abandoned buildings, that's like a remnant of what an old city was, or like.
Right.
That's what a remnant is.
That's what I thought. And so when I used it, I thought I used the word accurately.
But you're not using it accurately to describe, but like it doesn't mean they're good.
I didn't say that. I said Golden I said the Golden State Warriors have remnants of a championship team.
I see what you're saying though, Freezy, but I think the question
Only in Curry.
I think
I
it
don't
should have
understand.
been I think it should have been
And
I think it should be opposite.
Draymond Green.
I don't think you could have said it.
I think our true litmus
I just
test,
think I don't know if they understand what the word remnant means.
People's champ.
It don't apply. It's like
Thank you.
No, our true litmus test is really how are we going to play against teams that have been watching tape of our defense for days and they're going to come for us because they're going to basically somebody who's going to come for us. Cuz right, if we play a team like the Bucks or the teams like the Warriors, our mentality is like, yo, we're the underdogs. We got to win this, right? But now you have the Kings, they have 8 games worth of tape to watch of like our defense cuz like we're nothing on offense. So as long as they can figure out to counter our defense and be sustainable on their offensive side, they'll be fine. And then look, we kept them 102 points. That means we didn't really let them score like crazy. Our defense was there, but we just
our offense lagged behind.
Yeah, offense, playmaking, all that.
And so that's the point that I wanted to get to. But we have to do it like step by step. Like I didn't just want to fast forward past a certain thing in order to have what I'm saying be more fulfilling, because what I don't want to say is what I try to get away from is crazy stuff like Kevin Knox should be getting more minutes and Elfrid Payton can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just say stuff like that. So that's the reason why I was saying that and this is a few days ago before we beat Golden State. What I said was this game right here against Golden State is a litmus test to see where we are, to see if we need to improve certain areas. Because if we were playing well and we beat Golden State with what we have, do we stay the course with what we have and try to improve the things that we have in house, or do we need to go outside of the facility to find a guy to help us improve before it's too late?
Here, my realistic trade situation would be we somehow flip DSJ, Frank, and another player for like a second rounder or players that are better than they are, is what I'm trying to say. That will contribute more, because those three players are just going to be out of position. Because
but you can't say that unless you're going to give us a player. Give us a player that you would do
say, how is that making us better?
Okay, so let's say DSJ for,
because nobody wants those guys.
DSJ for something like let me see.
That's the problem. Nobody doesn't want what we have to offer.
Yeah, we have a bunch of guys and nobody else wants, and there's a reason for that.
Probably and so TJ McConnell for DSJ.
And so here.
I wouldn't even do that.
Wait, that's not a bad idea.
And so
if I had TJ McConnell, I wouldn't do that.
And so that's the reason why I asked this question. That's the reason why I asked the question about the remnants of the championship team. Because if those guys don't have value around the league, why do they have value to us?
Exactly.
Who said DSJ and Frank? Who says DSJ and Frank have value to us?
They're still on the roster. They're still on the roster.
Nobody will take them. I guarantee they offered to pay.
We're stuck with those guys.
It's
not because we went out and got them.
Frank may have some value, but forget about DSJ.
Yeah, and even Frank's value is zilch, like 0 to none, slim to none.
So why do we keep him around if his value is 0 to none?
Well, cut him and sign somebody else. I don't care.
It's an admission that
but
we
you're
made
not
a
going to
mistake.
trade him for
Another
nobody.
mistake.
Yeah, that's why we still have Joakim Noah on our cap.
Yeah, because
that's what I'm saying. It's like this is like
Joakim Noah.
They just bought a house that's destroyed, annihilated, and now they gotta fix it up. They still have the old appliance there. We're just trying to move stuff out, and we gotta move stuff in.
Now they realize there's frame damage. The soil's contaminated with chemicals. Termites
and foundation damage.
The neighbor's a freako stalker.
There's roaches.
Yeah, man. And so that's the reason why, and not to pound this point home, but so at this point where we all are in agreement where this guy has 0 value, do we look to go outside of the organization to improve the roster?
Yes, but you're not going to be able to improve by just giving away DSJ. You're going to have to release him and sign a guy like Kevin Porter and take a flyer because he's better than DSJ.
Well, Kevin Porter's already signed, so.
No, I didn't know that, but that's an example.
Houston, yeah.
That's an example. I'm just saying, that could have happened. We could have done that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We could have done something like that, or we could have gone out. And I know he was a cancer, but I'm just like, let's look at it. Just his scoring ability, Alonzo Trier. I'm saying you got to be able to take risks on the cheap, low risk, high reward type of things. Like a cheap contract, you can just dump, like league minimum, and then just dump if it don't work out.
Kev, how you doing, Kev?
You see, we're in a sticky situation because like a guy that I would pursue if I was in the GM spot would be THT in Los Angeles. I would look for somebody like that, but we don't have the pieces to do it.
Who?
I love my Chuck.
Taylor Horton Tucker.
Okay.
Kev, how you doing, buddy? Kevin. W.
Hey,
how you doing?
Hey, Foxy, you ready to get out of here?
I'm ready to get out of here. I was waiting for Chuck to throw down the 301.
Yeah, Kevin. Last time I saw you, I told you Knox would have 310.
The 310.
Listen, I don't know if he was paying attention to the beginning of the show when I said that you just blindly throw darts at something.
How was that
and
blind?
hoping that they stick.
That's
there's more times you've been wrong.
You do when you say he's going to start.
There's more times because he should start. That wait, someone went out. I don't know.
Now finish what you're saying.
There's more times you've been wrong, been called out for being wrong. So you want to be right every once in a blue. Listen, as my grandpa used to say,
he's the champion. That was really accurate.
As my grandpa used to say,
really accurate.
As my grandpa used to say, a broke clock is right twice a day.
I was right 3 times that day.
Definitely not. I don't know what kind of clock you're using.
I said 3 points, 1 rebound, 0 assists.
That's literally all the same statement. So that's not
but it's 3 different stats. It's 3 different.
How many times have I proved you wrong? How many times have I proved you wrong?
And
how many times have I went back to the tape and proved you wrong, Chuck? Several occasions.
All right.
Several.
Try it.
So you get one
not
right.
as many times as Knox has proven you wrong.
No. When it comes to me and Chuck, I have proven Chuck right, Chuck wrong more times than not. I actually have gone back on tape that proved Chuck wrong.
Man, are we really talking about Kevin Knox again, man? Is that what we doing?
Freezy, what did I say? What did I say, Freezy? I said
man.
People come to me with Kevin Knox. I don't talk about Kevin Knox, but when he brought on me.
Kev W, do you want smoke with Chuck B tomorrow night or what?
I would eat Chuck alive.
Oh,
I would eat Chuck like a light.
All right. Yeah, pause. No, but yeah, I
said that.
Yeah, I feel you.
Hey pal, make sure you contact Guillermo. He needs your help.
No, I let him know to check it.
All right, got to take care of our boy. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, me too. Salute. Hey, pal, me too.
Me too what?
Me 210.
He need help. You need help too.
You need help too. Wait.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so I'm calling out Legion of Knicks podcast right now about the Emmanuel Quickly is a point guard conversation, and in a one-on-one situation. I feel like he can't win. I'll dust him up. So I may recruit Chuck B to go on his side, so that it'll be a good exercise for me, so I can dust up 2 people at once.
Hey, Freeze! I just had an idea. The first tag team. You're gonna have the first tag team competition.
Yeah.
Legion of Doom.
Yeah. So Legion of Knicks and Chuck B. And with an inevitable loss, but yeah. So
why don't you debate someone about the Knicks being a deep playoff contender?
Because it's too easy for me to beat y'all.
No, it's not.
Are you still trying to get John Talks on the show?
Kev,
I'm just asking.
Kev W, stop trying to ruin the channel. It's too many people are invested in this. Stop trying to ruin the channel, Kev W.
No, Freezy, if you think it's that easy, debate.
I'm just saying, if you're not trying to get John on the show,
I'm calling you out right now to debate about the Knicks being a deep playoff contender right now.
Kev W, stop trying to ruin the channel, man. We're all invested.
Freezy, I'm calling you out right now.
No, you ain't calling me out, man. I heard your argument and it's whack.
Okay.
I heard the argument is wacky.
Or debate me then.
Because you scared.
Debate me. How am I scared?
Because you're a fraidy cat. With your point
I'm
on it.
You out. I'm calling you out, and you are saying no.
Because the point that you made earlier proved to us that you and D is balling are fraidy cats in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
If we're scared, you're delusional.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, if
I'm
you
literally
listen,
calling you out,
and I hate to use a 70s term, but that's all I know is the 70s, really. But yeah, y'all are fraidy cats in the moment. You know
what are you talking about? Don't attack me personally.
Cute.
You're the one saying no. I'm not scared of nothing. I'm calling you out.
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about being scared of the boogeyman. I'm talking about being afraid. I'm talking about being afraid of this moment.
I'm not. I'm calling you
this
out.
moment that we're in is different.
I'm calling you out right now.
Oh, okay. All right. You're calling me out. Right. I get called out a lot too. Kev W called me out too.
Because I got a valid reason to call you out. I called you out on something that cost us a championship. A championship.
Kev W, stop trying to ruin the channel. We put too much work into this, Kev.
The championship goes through Chuck anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, the championship goes through Chuck. Chuck B is the undisputed, untainted Lawrence Tears debate champ.
I don't know about untainted. I mean, I don't know about that.
Chuck B and Legion of the Knicks podcast, I'm calling you out. And don't give me no excuses like the street light is out and I don't want to go outside. I don't want to hear none of that stuff. Legion of the Knicks podcast.
All Legion got to do is say you're scared because you called him out. He can say you're scared and then he doesn't have to take it.
Nah. I know the Legion of the Knicks podcast ain't scared of nothing. I know that.
Neither am I.
The Legion of Knicks podcast is the ghost-faced killer. That's Legion of the Knicks podcast.
And Guillermo said the dog ate his OBS.
If I'm such a competition, why not dust me up then on this topic that you're so strongly about?
What? Okay,
dust me up then.
Which topic is it?
You say the Knicks are a deep playoff contender.
The playoff run.
I don't think they are.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, but as of today, they are in the playoffs.
They're a deep playoff contender, and a playoff, like being in the playoffs, is two different things completely.
So so the reason why this is okay. All right.
The point
were the Melo Amari Knicks that went against the Heat deep playoff contenders because they made the playoffs?
I've seen the number 8 seed make the finals out of
time.
New York. Nobody thought they were a deep playoff contender.
Oh boy.
One time.
I also saw a guy go.
They also had
19.
Larry Johnson, Patrick Ewing, Allen Houston, Latrell Sprewell. They still had all those guys.
Hey, Foxy, I can get it from here, man.
Cool. Unfortunately, I won't be with you guys tomorrow night. I'll be having to watch this unbelievable epic with Freezy McMahon and all and all the different players. But I'll definitely be watching it on People Watch It. It's going to be one of the biggest extravaganzas we've ever seen.
Right.
Freezy, we got to do a shout out. We got to ask the people to please hit those like, subscribe, remind the bells so you don't miss out any Knicks at Night, Knicks Morning Drive broadcast. I hope you caught the broadcast this morning.
Right.
Knicks Morning Drive, it was hot.
It was
Please
fire.
share the link on your favorite social media platforms so we can grow the Lawrence Tiers. Also, congratulations. We're up to 1,280 subscribers. 1,500 here we come. And just a shout out to the best mods on the planet, Sima Singh, the new Knicks, and Bodega Wi-Fi. We love all and appreciate all you do. Fellas, I won't see you tomorrow night, but I'll be there in spirit. I love you guys. I love the chat. Take care, family. Have a good one.
Take care, Steven.
Hey, so everybody, so if you like what you're hearing, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button for the live stream, join the virtual chat, join the video chat, turn your notifications on. Share on social media, and consider joining the Lawrence Tears family because we debate a lot and we discuss a lot of stuff. But it's a genuine family here that we're looking to grow, and we want to include all of y'all too. So come on in, get your cameras ready, get your audio ready, come in, enjoy it, get ready to come on and debate against all of us. You know what I'm saying? We want to grow this thing. We got big things planned for down the road. We have a big show to plan tomorrow night. Chuck B's debate championship is on the line. Prime time Saturday night. Chuck is untested, unblemished, right? The Lawrence Tears debate champ, but everything will be on the line tomorrow night. Y'all come in and check that out. So just one quick thing with me and Zach, just to put a ribbon on it. So Zach said he wanted to debate me about the Knicks making a deep playoff run. I'm not for sure if there is a debate there, but I am willing to throw out a point or two if Zach is willing to throw out a point or two.
I'm willing to bet on it. I don't care. Anything. Go ahead, Freezy.
So Legion of Knicks podcast says Chuck loses so much, I just can't take that statement seriously.
Serious lol.
Chuck loses.
So the thing about the Legion of Knicks podcast is the Legion of Knicks is kind of like the honorary champ, because a lot of his exhibitions were just light exhibitions with very light topics, and so he participated to show that he can do it. But Chuck B is the champ. Legion of the Knicks podcast is good at debating, but don't sleep on the Ghostface Killer, because he'll eat y'all up. So
there's gonna be a lot of good competition tomorrow night, or tonight, I guess now.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
I pull a Bernie Sanders meme on Chuck. That's how I feel about Chuck.
Yeah, Kevin's gonna be like, I'm once again asking for your votes.
Really, I'm pulling a Bernie Sanders meme on Chuck.
So how
you
often
gotta Photoshop Chuck into the Bernie Sanders memes?
So
next Chuck while wide-eyed.
Hey, so Legion of Knicks says, so why do I keep bringing him up? Because he's retired. I didn't know you retired.
Pull a Brett Favre. Come out of retirement.
I retired him.
Oh, Chuck B retired him. Okay. All right. Well, I won't bring up Legion of Knicks podcast anymore. But what I will do is this. So Goose, are we in a situation where you feel like it's necessary for us to improve the team externally, or should we just stay the course? I asked that a few minutes ago, but it was that point was question was washed away.
Me personally, I would stay the course. We are just scratching the surface in changing how other teams see us. Unfortunately, we do have some pieces that kind of slow that change by their day-to-day play, their inconsistencies. But I do want other teams around the league to continue to see us as a defensive threat first, and a hard-nosed, bring it every day type of team. I want to see the front office develop the young core and get rid of our dead weight. I mean, if we're not going to use the end of the bench players, then do something with that. Whether you draft talent to replace them or not, but like I said, I want to see culture change. I want to see defensive mentality. I want to see us try to continue to hold teams below their scoring average, because we're a low-scoring team at this point. I think we are averaging 101 points per game. So I would not make any drastic moves just yet. I would think about I would think about trading the Dallas picks for something that is not going to deplete our core and our valuable starting.
So what do we? Okay. So I was with you for a while, but here's the thing. So where do we improve? Where do we go to improve right away?
That's just it. I don't think we need to improve right away. I think we can wait till the offseason.
What's the most important area of improvement is what I should have asked.
All four phases.
I think our most important, what we need to do, what I would do immediately to stay the course with our team is I would extend Randall. I would make sure he understands that he's a valuable piece to our team, and I would extend him for next season. Let him know that we're going to do that. I would continue to emphasize development. but I don't think I would wait until the trade deadline and see what. Like, if, for instance, I'll give you an example. If I would rather opportunities come knocking on our door rather than us go knocking on the doors of other teams. I don't want to. I don't want us to look hungry. You know what's that? Thirsty.
Desperate.
I don't want us to look thirsty to the teams around the league, because then they're gonna basically try to um, screw us over. So I don't think we need to do anything at the moment. See, Freezy, you and I are not on the same page in the sense that I don't necessarily think we have to make the playoffs this year. Whereas you see an opportunity for them to make the playoffs this year, and you want to make moves to improve those chances. I rather continue our play, not progress, not regress. But I don't want to play ourselves out of the lottery. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel. I don't want us to play ourselves out of the lottery.
So you're for tanking?
No, I'm not for tanking, because you don't have to tank this year. You don't have to tank this year.
So if you don't tank and you don't make the playoffs, you're in the middle.
Them playing their best ball is going to barely make the playoffs and still be in the end of the lottery.
Because I'm looking at it in a vacuum. This year's draft, you don't have to be in the top 5 to get a good player. They can pick 9 and 10 and maybe get a good player.
All right, so let me
ask a question then, real quick. Let's say we're a fringe playoff team, so that puts us at like 13, right? Is a 13th best player in the draft, and we don't know who that player is going to be, but let's just say of all the hype, all the hype that players are going. So, is a 13th best draft prospect going to move the needle for us next season?
The development of RJ Barrett.
Because we fall on 13 doesn't mean we're going to stay at 13. I mean, look at New Orleans. They would.
No, I'm saying. Let's just say it is the 13th.
Yeah, he's saying he gets the 13th pick.
So if we're at 13, is the 13th prospect going to move the needle for this team next year?
You don't know.
Right. I don't know, but is that
we might not get a starter? We might not get a starter. I'll give you an example. If I'm choosing 13th, I'm not looking for a one and done player. If I'm going to choose 13th, I'm going to be looking at juniors, seniors who are more developed than a one and done player. That are more skilled on the college level and more prepared to be utilized quicker. If I'm picking that low.
Yeah, and also you think about it, guys. I mean, we potentially see, like, I agree with Freezy on this, that we potentially see about guys like RJ Barrett could possibly take that step to stardom and then superstardom. Possibly. You got guys like Randall who's taking that step to stardom right now. We're seeing it before our very eyes. So you don't need to go out and you need to get supplemental pieces that you need our guys that we have right now to keep getting better. And you need to have more assets, whether it's making a smart trade and doing things the right way and not mortgaging everything. You got to do all 4 assets of it: trades, free agency, draft, and player development if you want to be a good organization. You can't just focus on a trade, just focus on the draft, just focus on free agency, or just focus on player development. Well, what our organization has to find out, and what I think they're going to find out, is a balance of all 4.
Right.
And be smart with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't just focus on keeping all our draft picks. We can't just focus on signing the biggest name free agent or trading for the best guys balling right now. We got to figure out a combination of all 4 that works.
Opportunities can arise during the draft period that might not be there in the trade by the trade deadline that could better our team next season.
Right. Well, I'll jump in and say this, man. I feel like every day you wake up, you need to be focused on one thing, and that's winning.
Yep.
If you're in a professional sport and you're focused on anything else, then you need to get out of the game and do something else.
Yeah.
Right. That's just my take on it.
The players got to try to win. Yes, the coaches.
Yeah, Freezy, I agree. But the thing is this: the Knicks haven't had that mindset for years, and we're all still Knicks fans.
So why keep doing the mindset of we need to be in the lottery? We just need to focus on losing to be in the lottery. Like I'm a proponent of not giving up all our draft picks for Bradley Beal. Like you've heard me argue the past morning drive and tonight. But I'm also big on finding the right balance of everything. Because if our players right now aren't trying to win, which I think they are trying to win, that's why you're seeing so much. Like we're literally they're giving their 100% almost every night. You see it as a team. Like whether we're talented enough to win anything or not, they're giving their all, and that's what a lot of us are happy about.
Yeah, but Zach, imagine what the conversation is going to be if we get to the play-in game, we get bounced out of that, and then next thing you know, we're picking 16th or 17th in the draft.
We wouldn't pick 16th or 17th if we made the play-in and got bounced. That wouldn't happen.
We'd be out of the lottery,
or 15th minimum.
Okay, but the point is, you're at the tail end of the lottery.
We've lost. We've won 17 games in a season. Ended up with we're not ended up with number 1
pick.
Yeah, we're gonna end up with the 8th or 9th pick. We might have an outlier at 3.
You're not gonna get
a number 1 pick.
If we were having this conversation in a year where the draft was not as deep, I'd be saying something differently. I'm basing my thoughts on the upcoming draft and the talent pool that is supposed to be coming out in this year's draft.
Goose, I'm with you, but you have to think of all the aspects.
My thing is,
and 1 is playing well and trying to win games. 2 is trading. 3, free agency, draft, and player development. Not in any order, but I'm just saying those are the 5 phases you have to work on. And if you just focus on one, it's not. Guess what? If we just focus on this year's draft, guess what's going to happen? We'll end up focusing on next year's draft the next day because we're a perennial loser lottery team.
My whole thing is people have to get this mindset that they've had the last 20 years. So this is and I may not like all the things that Tom Thibodeau does coaching wise, but he's really come in here and changed, and built up a culture to where it's like Tom Thibodeau isn't. I guarantee you, Tom Thibodeau is not focused on the draft.
No,
I guarantee Tom Thibodeau hasn't thought 1 second about it. His job is to win games, and Tom Thibodeau is to kind of coach, that he's going to try and win as much as possible.
Yep.
And even if this is a fringe playoff team, say what you want about making playoffs, even if this is even if they sneak in or on the outside, they're not going to get a top 10 pick. That's why I said the 13th or 14th pick in next year's draft is not going to move the needle.
No, let me say this, and I'll let
Kevin,
it go.
all aspects working on. Oh, go ahead, Goose.
Yeah, I just want to say one more thing. Sorry, Zach.
No problem.
If we go ahead and play out the rest of the season with all intentions to get into the playoffs and go all in to see how far we can get to the playoffs, but at the end of the season, Rose uses our assets and our draft picks to trade ourselves back into the lottery, I'm all for that. I'm all for a playoff run. I'm all for a playoff run, and then using our first round draft. Let's say for instance, you could use our 2 first round draft picks, maybe a second round pick to trade back in. I'd be all for that. That changes my whole narrative if I knew that's what they were going to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like Kevin's
saying, I just don't want to trade I don't want to trade I don't want to deplete our. The one thing I don't want to do is deplete our roster, deplete our cap space, deplete our trade as lottery assets for a older 30-something-year-old player. That's what I don't want to do.
So Chuck, at what point do we keep assets so long that we get to a point that their assets are a diminishing return?
What assets are you talking about?
Assets, all of them.
Well, I don't consider most of these guys that y'all consider assets.
Draft picks, our draft picks.
Well, you're gonna use the draft.
Hey,
we need a point guard like yesterday. Yep. So whatever it takes. I don't want a 30-year-old point guard. I want somebody that
nice, young, fresh.
Yeah, that's on the timeline.
See, that's great. We all want that, but like what Kevin was saying, you can't just focus on one thing. You're like Tibbs' job is to coach and win games as best he can. The player's job is to win the games as best they can, give their best effort.
I'm not
The
even
front
talking about
office,
this.
but I'm saying the front office's job is to try to do all these things we all want that's smart within all four facets of building a team. And we got to trust that they'll do that.
We've done certain things this year, that was on the pecking order of what needed to be done. Number one was create an identity and a culture, and Tom has done it so far.
Get the right coach.
Another thing that has happened too is that you need to develop your roster. Have they done that? In some aspects, yeah, and in some aspects, no. Julius Randle's playing the best ball of his life. R.J. Barrett is getting better. Mitchell Robinson looks better. We just have a couple of holes in things. Now, another thing that teams need to do in order to be successful is to draft well. The jury's still out on that if we did that well this season. It's too young in the season to tell. So point being is that we're in the right direction. So do we just throw it all out and get a guy like Beal or get a guy like Kyle Lowry? I don't think we should. And I think that we should just stay the course, continue what we've been doing, and try to upgrade in certain areas in which we need, like a point guard.
Another thing you just reminded me of, like that made a light bulb go off in my head a little bit, guys, is we say, these picks we have might not be top picks, but historically we don't pick well when we pick high, but our lower picks end up being sleepers.
Correct.
Mitch quickly has been better than what people thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
Like guys like that, Alonzo Trier was undrafted. You only had him for one good season, but still we got more out of him than we thought we would have an undrafted guy.
Well,
we do better with sleepers. Yeah, Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying we do better with sleepers.
Yeah.
So I'm not just focused on the top talent in the draft because more than likely we'll mess it up. But RJ Barrett's I liked RJ Barrett's pick, but more than likely we'll mess it up.
Right. Rob,
I'm talking the 8th picks, the 7th.
What's up?
Salute, Rob.
Hey, guys, let me get out of here. Have a good night, gentlemen.
See you, bro.
Hey, man. Hey, D, thanks for coming through, man.
You know what it is, man. I'm gonna be here, brother. Don't worry about it.
I appreciate you, man.
It's what it is. Stay priest, brothers.
Yeah, Chuck, that's my new hashtag for every time I see you. I'll have a new one for you.
I like Chuck's a bum. Even though I don't think Chuck's a bum, that was my favorite one you came on
with. So we're gonna film a episode of Knicks versus sometime soon. Chuck, what's your schedule like? You good?
Want to do it after the show?
Bam. Done.
Okay.
Hey, so you still interested in Zach coming on with you?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Zach, you got a few minutes after this joint to do a Knicks versus?
Yeah, but how do we film that? Or do we on StreamYard again? Or are we how do we do that?
I'm gonna send you a link, a Zoom link for you to jump in.
Zoom link? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious on how, because I don't know if I had the right software or whatever. I'm not a tech guy, even though I'm younger.
Right. Just
I'm an old soul, so I'm not good best with technology.
If you put your email in a private chat, then that way I can use it and send it to you afterwards.
Nope, no problem.
Okay. All right. So I wanted to hear from Rob the Nick, man, because Rob is like a fan favorite, and it's like all of a sudden, Rob the Nick is like the fan fave. Like it was dope at first. People were like, yo, he pull out the cigars. Now it's like, yo, Uncle Freezy. Let me shut. Cass is like, yo, Uncle Freezy, why you don't let Rob the Nick talk? And I'm like, yo, my man come in at 2:00 and talk to like 3:30.
All right.
What are y'all talking about?
And he came in the middle of a heated debate. Heated talk. Like we was getting at it.
Rob, somebody else talk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What are they talking about? But hey, so Rob, what's good, man? What up? Do we need to improve point guard, or should we just hold on to Peyton?
Max Peyton.
I think like right now with the point guard situation, I'm more in tune of if they can pull off something to bring in a young point guard that fits the timeline, because I'm all about the timeline than getting older players, because right now, like we said, we 8 and 9. We're not supposed to be there. So in a way, Peyton is holding it down to a certain extent. He's holding it down to a certain extent while everybody else is developing. Now, if this team goes to the continues to improve and goes the way, then I think that you just stay the course because that means as though it's working. And then you
So let me throw a bomb in the middle of the room right now because I've been patient for too long, Rob.
Pull the pin.
Listen, I'm going to throw the grenade in the room right now.
Pull the pin.
I'm trading Obi Toppin and Emmanuel quickly for Kyle Lowry right now and trying to win a championship today.
But it's not going to win a championship.
Well, that's not going to win you a championship. All it's going to do is get you fired.
You don't know that. Kyle Lowry has won a championship already.
It's going to get you fired.
I don't think
and I'm throwing Kevin Knox in there.
I don't think you had to give up nearly that much to get
for a 36-year-old point guard.
Yep, and I'm going to take these last 2 years and make a run at a championship.
You getting older again.
Kyle Lowry?
with Kyle Lowry.
How do you do without Siakam or without Kawhi Leonard? Like, how do you do when it was him and DeRozan running the show? Did he win a championship?
They were still the first seed in the Eastern Conference.
But did they win a championship?
I think now
they had more talent. They had more talent on that roster than the Knicks.
Maybe y'all didn't hear me. I'm trading Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly and Kevin Knox. I'm throwing everything. I'm throwing stuff on the table. So that we can. Listen, I'm throwing stuff on the table to get us a veteran point guard. So because I watched us lose 3 games this year. Y'all talking about our record is 8-9. I watched us lose 3 games this year. Well, if Elfrid Payton could have knocked down a jump shot, we could have stayed in those games.
But
even
our
tonight,
record is better than Toronto's.
So what?
So then, if he's not winning over there, what makes you think he's gonna win over here?
Do they have a Julius Randle? Do they have a Tom Thibodeau? Do they have a RJ Barrett? No.
Well, technically, they have a coach of the year,
and they got the coach of the year.
So technically, they do actually.
And they're not playing. And they're not playing in Toronto. They're playing in Florida.
They beat us.
Yeah, they did beat us. And that proves my point. That proves my point.
But I'm saying that. What I'm saying is, like, if you just look at the guys, look at without Kawhi Leonard.
Do y'all want to make a championship run or not?
They're not going to with Kyle Lowry.
Not with Kyle Lowry. I think you can be in the 5 to 7 range with Kyle Lowry. Yeah,
we're in the 5 to 7 range. Right? If Elfrid Payton knocks down shots.
Right now we're in the 7-8 range.
Kev, if Elfrid Payton knocks down shots, we may be the number 2 seed in the East right now.
They didn't even get out the second round last year. How you gonna throw everything on that?
Yeah, and they had a much more talented roster with Kyle Lowry to work with.
They didn't even get out the second round
with the Knicks.
Who did they lose to?
Well, they lost to Philly.
The Celtics.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the Celtics. Yeah, they didn't.
But still, like, even get them when they were going to the Eastern Conference Finals with DeMar and those boys. That was a much better roster.
And they still wasn't getting out the first round.
Right now, if you make that trade.
Okay.
And they couldn't win a title then. They won a title because of injuries with Kawhi Leonard, Siakam, and Kyle Lowry.
So Goose, why are you looking so puzzled? You don't want to win?
I want to win.
That's not winning.
No, I don't think Kyle Lowry is the piece.
No.
To do it. And then you're taking away.
Wait. So you don't think a championship level point guard is not the piece that'll get the Knicks over the top?
No,
not a 36-year-old Kyle Lowry. And then you're going to get rid of Obi Toppin on top of that. Josh Gibson could probably give you better defense.
Where's the bench at?
Obi Toppin doesn't even contribute to winning. Obi is not even contributing to us winning.
Well, but that's okay.
Not this season. Okay. Not this season. Not yet.
That's okay.
I'm very alarmed by
I've seen some improvement. Okay, Freezy, let's replace Kyle Lowry with a Beal. Then that might be a different discussion. But if you do that, you're not going to get it without putting in draft picks. You're not going to get a Beal.
Beal is not winning. Beal is not winning where he's at. He's not going to do nothing different for us.
So you telling me that shot that Elfrid Payton took from 3-point line from wide open, Bradley Beal can't knock down that wide open 3 when we were down by 4?
We wouldn't be only down by 4 if we get rid of Julius Randle and RJ Barrett or guys like that.
But I don't know why I don't know why you keep throwing them dudes in there, man. We keep saying the same thing over and over. We're not throwing those dudes in there.
Look,
then you're not
Bradley Beal is not the piece either. Bradley Beal is not the piece. He is not the piece because number one, he's not a point guard anyway.
I never said he was a point guard, right?
No, it was based on earlier discussion.
I know you didn't, but he's nothing to help us. All he's going to do is come in there and mess up the rotation and other people's minutes. That's not going to equal any victories.
Now, I will say that I think Kyle Lowry is the right fit, but I don't think you had to give up that much to get Kyle Lowry.
And it's not going to win us a championship.
I mean, he may not win you a championship, but he'd make this team better.
Oh, no doubt. No one's saying he wouldn't, but I'm not saying he's going to win a championship.
If you're just looking for development, if you're looking to make this team better, then getting Kyle Lowry is the right choice to make.
All you need is a chance.
Better.
All you need is a chance. I saw a boxer come in against Mike Tyson and put the pause on Mike when he was like 1,000-1 underdog. All you need is a chance.
Kyle Lowry,
he was only 1,000-point underdog with probably the Mafia on his side. With every bit of officiating.
Buster Douglas just poured Tyson up. He just put them paws on Mike. You know what I'm saying? I know that's like 30. I know that's like 30-something years ago. So, but my man just put them paws on Mike, and the biggest upset you ever seen in your life. And ever since then, we've been seeing teams upset teams all the time.
Go watch some Mafia videos though. That was.
Other thing with that is just people didn't realize forced. Like if you just, take it easy not take it easy with Mike, but if you get Mike in later rounds, you got a chance. Mike was just knocking everybody out in the beginning. Nobody decided to go the distance with Mike.
Well, what I'm saying is if you add a guy that has been down that road, Kyle Lowry has been down that road of struggling second round exit after second round exit, and he finally was able to get over the top and win a championship. I think that's the caliber of guy that we need on our team at point guard.
I agree with you.
If we're gonna take that next step. Now, what pessimists are gonna say is, no, we don't need a guy like that. Bring in a brand new rookie who hasn't been down that road and let him lead you to a championship. Man, are you serious? How is a rookie point guard gonna lead this team to a championship? That's crazy.
There's different. I'm not saying he doesn't make us better.
The cart before the horse.
Yeah,
we're not even in that mode yet. That's blasphemous talking about championship with the Knicks team this year. That's crazy.
Why? No, Rob, I'm not saying championship. I'm saying if you put Kyle Lowry on this team, and if you give him a first
and Kevin Knox.
whatever you want to put in there.
Kevin Knox.
I mean, if you put in Kevin Knox, okay, first and Kevin Knox. But Kyle Lowry make this team. They probably might have put in the point guard to
make them better.
Might have added Dennis Jr. I'm sorry.
This team is headed towards.
As soon as we said Kevin Knox, we knocked him off his mark.
He's crazy. Let me tell you what I would do. I would make the trade you're proposing. I would make that trade you're proposing. I would do that. I would expect to make the playoffs. I'm not sure how far if we're going to make it to the championship game. But what I would do is I would make sure that if I'm going to give away an Obi Toppin and a Quickly and a Knox, that Lowry's going to re-sign with us. And then what I would do
for
34.
Yes. No. Rob, hear me out.
The longer we on, the older he get.
Hear me out.
Kyle Lowry at 85 years old.
He's getting older as we speak.
So are you, Rob?
Hold on. Hear me out. I am not expecting Kyle Lowry to be our championship piece this season. I want to get him in the fold. What I would do then in the offseason, I would look to sign a player like a small forward like Oubre. I would bring a guy who doesn't contribute because that would replace Oubre would replace both Bullock and Kevin Knox.
Hey, look, you getting fired and they sending you to the mental institution.
Why?
You're getting fired.
We got rid of Knox. We got rid of Knox in the Lowry trade, did we not?
Look,
he took the Splash Brothers. He turned the Splash Brothers into the Masonry Brothers with all those bricks.
Well, listen,
You
I
put
could
up
have said
all this
Kawhi Leonard to
goodwill.
make y'all all happy, but he ain't coming here.
Hey,
No,
look,
Kawhi
you
Leonard
put
ain't
up all of this goodwill to start hustling backwards. You trying to ice skate uphill with that.
I didn't bring up this trade. Freely
Well,
did.
hey, look. So you look. We know this. Hey, look. This is
I
Freezy.
made my statement.
Hey,
I made
look.
it known what I
Don't
want. I want.
entertain Freezy's foolishness.
Yeah.
Freezy only playing.
No,
You
man. I want to win.
Freezy only playing.
Rob, I want to win. We
Yeah,
lost
but
to the Sacramento Kings tonight because we
you
didn't
know
have
Lowry is not the answer. You know
Lowry is
not
going
the
to
answer.
give us so
not
much
answer.
better, but he's an answer at point guard, but he's not an answer for
He's
a
not even the
championship.
answer in Toronto.
He's not an answer for a championship.
Hey man,
That's right.
I'm here to tell you that Kyle Lowry improves our point guard situation
Yeah.
as soon as he puts the jersey on.
Not that much more. Not that much more.
Oh, now you're fired.
Not that much more.
Wow.
Now you're fired, Rob.
Look, no, y'all
You're
giving
fired.
him too much. Y'all really are.
You're
The dude is
He's
averaging
look,
19 points a game and he won a
He's
championship.
undersized. He's undersized
What do you
on
mean
top
he's like
of
a
that.
running back? Are you serious?
But he's undersized.
He's thick, bro. Like he's a
Hey,
pit
look,
bull.
he never won anything until Kawhi got there. The man is
And
not
until
what you
Klay
think.
Thompson got hurt, Kevin
He
Durant
did.
got
He
hurt,
did.
Marcus
Hey,
Cousins got hurt,
Rob, you said.
And
You
he
said
wouldn't have
what?
won that.
10 Hail Marys.
Rob, you said what? What did you say about Kyle Lowry? He didn't do what?
I said he's undersized and
No,
Yes,
not
he
that. He
is.
said
6'3",
something else.
like 220.
What?
What's his
I
size?
said he's
a
over.
big dude.
Hey, he wouldn't have. He haven't won until Kawhi showed him how to went there.
So you said he didn't win a championship until Kawhi
No,
got.
I said that. No,
He
it
didn't.
wasn't him. Even look, Fred VanVleet was the second best guy on that team when they went to the playoffs. Fred VanVleet was
He
the
was a
second
better
best
player
guy.
in the finals than Kyle Lowry
And then
was.
Siakam, he was like the fourth best player.
Yeah, but we're not asking him to. But he does make our point. He's a lot better than Alfred
But
Payton.
we're going to trade away all of that for somebody's dishwashing liquid?
No, I'm not saying trade all of that. I'm saying put it on the table, Rob.
No, what you put on the table for him is this here. After you play us these 2 years, we'll let you run the booth with Clyde. We put you up there with Clyde.
Nah, man.
Well, he is 87 years old.
No, well, yeah, he is 87. Dang, these times flying.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
I think I'm like 50 at this point.
but what,
age.
and so what I'm saying is you don't have to give up that much to get him.
Then why are you putting it on the table?
And he can come in right now and help us make a championship run. Why are we waiting? What are we waiting on?
We waiting on talent, and he ain't it.
Okay, all right.
He is talent. If you could give up like a second rounder and a Dallas,
You know that Kyle Lowry is a 5-time All-Star, right?
Yeah, if you could give a first rounder and a second rounder for him, okay. And then release DSJ.
You realize you're talking about?
He's 176 years old.
Right, I know this.
He's
We're talking
right.
like we're talking about bringing in Elfrid Payton.
Right.
and not a 5-time All-Star NBA champion.
Hey, look, he won't make the All-Star team this year.
He ain't playing 40 minutes a game either.
Elfrid
Let's talk
Payton
about
gonna
who's
make
going
the
to back them
All-Star
up.
team? Rob, do you want to continue seeing Elfrid Payton
What you
roll out
say?
there as a start? I said, do you want to continue seeing Elfrid Payton
Even Chuck said Elfrid
roll
Payton
out
made
there
it.
as the starting point guard? For the
Hey,
New York
look
Knicks?
at here.
Even
We
Chuck
8
said
and
it.
9 right now.
Answer the question, Rob. Rob, do you want to continue seeing
we're better than what we. Hey, look, Kev, you the one talk playoffs.
If
Playoffs
Kyle
never entered my
Lowry
mind.
is on this team, we're 9-6. At least.
You said what?
If Kyle Lowry was on this team all year except for Elfrid Payton, just switch them, we're 9-6 at least.
No.
All right,
we probably 9 and 8 instead of 8 and 9.
No, man, we'll win 3 more games because there were games where Elfrid Payton bricked us out of games.
Man, it was games that everybody on the team had a hand in losing.
Yeah, but Kyle Lowry would just up the talent level, and he's a leader. He's a good defender. He's a pit bull.
Man, he's slow now.
You obviously don't watch him, and you don't watch.
Yes, I do.
Basketball
I got the NBA package. I'm watching him.
Okay.
I'm watching him. When y'all been talking about him, I said no way.
You obviously aren't even watching Elfrid Payton.
Hey, look, they getting ready to weed him out. I'm not saying. Look, I don't see what the difference is between the two. that's going to make that monumental jump
Bring up
on
the
our
career
team.
numbers. Somebody bring up the career numbers, or even just the last 2 years since he's 89.
Man.
Let's bring up his 87-year-old year and his 86-year-old year.
Lowry is definitely better. He's definitely better than Peyton. But you were talking about. I think what's muddying the waters is when you start putting the word championship.
I'm not putting the championship anywhere
near
the Knicks.
No. Well, Freezy's question was a championship run, which means you got to win at least 3 series to get close to the championship.
We still get bounced in
Lowry
the
will
first
be an
round.
improvement at point guard. I don't think he's going to be the missing piece that's going to place you into the championship conversation.
No, but he's
not
better
even
than
into he's not even a deep playoff run guy right now. He couldn't do it for his own team.
Man, he won a championship 2 years ago, dog. I mean, really?
But that was
for
Kawhi.
Everything happening.
Everything before Kawhi, he was getting knocked out in the first round.
If the Golden State Warriors were healthy, they would have lost.
Hey, look at here. We don't know that. Only thing I can say is this here. Look, if it wasn't for Kawhi, he'd been getting knocked out the first round for the last 5 years. First round, no matter what their record was, they was getting knocked out in the first round.
That's not true.
You don't know that if Boogie Cousin was healthy,
no, that's not true. Kyle Lowry,
yes, it is.
No, Klay Thompson was healthy.
No, that's not true. Toronto, no. Toronto could not beat LeBron. Toronto was going to the conference finals.
No, they never been to a Eastern Conference Finals until Kawhi got there.
That's a lot. Nope, that's a lie. That's a lie. They were in the conference finals the year before and lost to.
They got swept in the by
Cleveland.
LeBron. In the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah,
they always lost to Cleveland.
Yeah, they lost to Cleveland in the Eastern Conference Finals the year before.
Man,
they lost to Cleveland.
Who fired now?
They lost to Cleveland.
In the Eastern Conference Finals.
You just said they never went to the Eastern Conference Finals before Kawhi got there. You were flat out wrong.
Hey, okay, I'll take the wrong, but look, they got swept.
In the Eastern Conference Finals.
So what? They got swept.
So that was so what?
So what? They got swept.
He just said they didn't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay, I'll take it back. I'll take it back, Kevin, for the sake of argument. I'll take it back, but they got swept anyway.
By LeBron.
I don't care. LeBron usually give you. Hey, look, no. LeBron usually gives you a gentleman's sweep. He'll allow you to get one. If you got swept by LeBron, that's bad. LeBron usually give you one just for sportsmanship. You couldn't even get one.
Oh, so if we went to these conference finals this year, got swept by LeBron James, if he was still in the East, you'd say, I don't care. We lost to LeBron. We got swept.
No, I wouldn't.
A good season.
I don't think that we would go.
No,
anyway, with Lowry, all we would be doing is wasting our lottery pick, not being there, messing with that dude. Because you're not going anywhere. You're going to owe money. You messing up your cap. You done gave away players, and you're still not going nowhere. You're hustling backwards. You're ice skating uphill.
How you hustling backwards, man, when you don't really give up that much to get Kyle Lowry and you make a deep playoff run?
You're not going to make a deep playoff run, Crazy.
Much in this league.
So how do you? I mean,
Obi Toppin is not going to be what you thought he's going to be.
I don't know what he's going to be, but I know this: Kyle Lowry is not the answer.
So you would rather, and so the alternative is draft a young point guard, him and quickly be in that backcourt together. We wait 5 years to see if we can make a deep playoff run, and we may or may not. But in the interim, 5 years have passed.
No, this is my thing. The difference between the Knicks this year and the Knicks last year is two things. It's only two things. Tom Thibodeau and chemistry. That's it. These players know each other.
Right.
They know each other. The nucleus, look, Randall, Robinson, RJ, Peyton, Knox, no matter what. They all know each other from playing together. That breeds chemistry of a team. That's the only thing the Knicks got going for themselves besides Tom Thibodeau. Chemistry and Tom Thibodeau.
Hey, virtual
and
chat.
Developing and RJ making that next step. Taking the next step.
Hey, virtual chat. Somebody talk some sense into Rob the Knick in the virtual chat. I just told him that we give up a little bit to let Kyle Lowry point guard this team to the playoffs, and he said no.
You said
I told you what we do.
Deep playoff run or
a deep playoff run. See, you using the wrong.
Hey, Rob. So when's the last time the Knicks made a deep playoff run?
It won't be this
when
year.
Melo and them ran it. What the
wasn't
Melo
deep.
run?
That was a second round.
They went to the second round.
Yeah,
that was the Melo run. That was called a deep one.
No, it wasn't.
That's not deep.
That wasn't deep.
A series before the Eastern Conference Finals is considered a deep run.
No, it's not, because our Cowboys will win one playoff game. Is that considered a deep run? Because then they're one game away from the finals.
But
finals.
if you go through two series, it's considered a deep run.
Well, you didn't. You got through one and lost the other.
But deep playoff run is about perspective. Like for a team that hadn't been in the playoffs, a second round exit is a deep playoff run.
Nah.
For a team but for a team that goes to the championship, a second round exit is looked at as a failure.
Oh, if you got expectations of going to getting out of if Brooklyn get knocked off in the second round, that's a failure.
Yeah. But if the Knicks beat a team in the first round and say go to a game 7, game 6 in the second round and lose, I think that's a deep playoff run for the Knicks.
Yeah, but you don't need Lowry to do that.
That's not a championship run.
Let's put this in perspective.
But that's a victory. That is our championship. If we've ever
winning one series is not a deep run. Winning one series is not a deep run.
So winning two series is a deep run.
Yeah,
winning two series. Yeah.
Going into that second series and you go 6 or 7 games, you got kind of a deep run.
You're going to give away Toppin. Listen, you're going to give away Toppin, Knox, and Knox, and who else was part of the trade? Quickly for a guy who basically
I'm not saying give away all those guys. I said put them on the table.
But if you go there,
if you put it on the table, they're going to take it. But the point is this: the guy.
Say, okay, how about just Knox?
How about
the point? That's
the
like
point
saying,
is
I'll
this.
pay $5,000 for this car. Yeah,
Listen, hear me out.
No,
hear me
kidding.
out.
25.
Lowry just hired a new agent. Okay, he just hired a new agent. He's going to be a free agent this year. You're going to trade for him with no guarantees.
Is he with CAA?
No. But Mark Bertelstein is his new agent's name.
Well, then we're not getting him. He's not CAA.
So my point is this: if he hired a new agent, he probably wants to go on another championship run with a real potential championship team, and he's in the twilight of his career. He's not going to spend a new contract, whether it be 2 or 3 years, on the Knicks. So if you're going to make that trade, you're going to want to make it and hit pay dirt while you have him.
Yo,
is it going to happen this year? I don't think it's going to happen this year. Yeah. He's a good piece to get you into the playoffs if you're able to add another piece in the offseason to make a playoff run. If you know for a fact Kyle Lowry is going to be with you for at least another year or 2. Other than
I'm not trying to build a playoff team. I'm trying to build a championship team. And Lowry is not a championship player. It's
Neither
that simple.
is like 95% of the players on this roster.
Well, you can say that, okay, but look, I'd rather stay with the devil that I know than the devil that I don't, and that guy right there is getting older.
He's 42,
and we all know that.
He's not. He's 976 years old. He just broke the record.
Right.
Exactly.
Yo, Freezy, imagine Lowry sitting in his bedroom right now, aging as we speak.
Right.
As we speak, he's aging.
He is Betty White on steroids.
Look, his back tooth just fell out.
Should we trade for Betty White? She's younger and a better option than Kyle Lowry.
Wow.
Betty White to the Knicks.
So what do you do? Because I presented options to Rob and he danced around it.
I said you stay the course. You stay the course.
No, that's not what I asked you. That's
Listen,
not
you know why?
What I asked him was, but hold on. Let me ask this to Rob. So I asked you, do you go after Kyle Lowry or do you draft a rookie point guard to go with quickly and wait 4 or 5 years to see if that guy can lead you to the playoffs?
No, you don't wait for. You don't draft a point guard that you're going to have to wait 4 or 5 years for. You draft a point guard because you might just draft the next John Morant. So you draft something like that, and then you got a quick build going. You don't just get any point guard. You get the best one available, but you don't.
Why not draft the next Michael Jordan too? You got 2 picks in that first round.
That's right.
Next Michael Jordan too.
Hey, that's right. And then you accelerate your championship aspirations.
The only reason we're having this conversation is because we're talking about drafting the 2 lottery picks we just drafted for a 36-year-old point guard.
34.
And if we wouldn't be having this conversation if you would have just drafted Halliburton, who could be having us deep in the playoffs by his 3rd year.
Let me tell you something about Halliburton. You ever looked at a diamond ring in the store and it's glistening like that? Look, Halliburton got different pieces around him. He got a shooter, and he got a penetrator and a shooter. The floor is open up for Halliburton like no other rookie, just for who's on his team. So therefore, it looks good. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but in a situation where as though he didn't have those shooters around him, his game will look a whole lot different. So bless the Sacramento Kings for having that for him to step into that.
How about this?
A good thing.
And it's just a question. I'm not saying that I want this. I'm just throwing it out there. So it sounds like we want a guy that's if we're gonna trade for someone. So let's throw just wait for the draft or whatever out. Let's throw all the other 3 aspects of the 4 that we talk about, right? That we have to be good at everything. Let's just bring in a trade. We want a guy that's under a contract who's going to be here a while, so he's committed to the team. We want a young guy who's developing, still isn't in his prime yet, and is a solid player. We just played one tonight that was linked to trading for. We were linked to trading for before. De'Aaron Fox. What do you guys feel about possibly bringing him in, and what do you give up for him? Just a question.
He just signed the contract.
And there were still the rumors about him being traded.
You said what?
When were there rumors about him being traded?
I had heard him on
there was rumors before he signed the contract, but not
look, they
but
said
there
that.
was still some rumors because of
look, check it out, Zach. They said that, and then they signed him.
Right.
Here's the thing about trade rumors. Once you sign a long-term deal, the player no longer has any leverage because the team doesn't have to get rid of you. Like, why? Yeah, not like I'm in the last year of your deal or something where I have to get something because you're about to walk away.
Just did.
That's because Harden's a headache, and Houston had to do something.
Harden's a cancer.
No, Harden became a headache when he wanted out.
He's a cancer.
No, Harden became a headache when he wanted out.
Yeah, he became one, so he is a cancer.
Okay, so he got out. So that dispersed everything Kev just said, that you don't have no leverage. You got all the leverage.
Well, that's because any player has leverage. All players have leverage then.
All the good ones.
I just think that Harden situation, some of this is unique.
Paul George did it. Look, Paul George did it. Kawhi did it.
But the stuff y'all saying,
the good ones can do it.
The stuff y'all saying don't make sense historically. Y'all are saying go get a specific type point guard to come here and lead us to the playoffs. That never happens in New York.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes,
you said that.
No, y'all said a specific type. I said a specific name.
I was just throwing a question.
I said Kyle Lowry. I said Kyle Lowry. Y'all are saying, well, I want kind of a young point guard, somebody with blah blah blah, and so y'all described a specific type.
I wasn't saying what I was bringing up a pie.
Not you. I ain't talking about you. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Both of these scenarios, the scenarios that y'all mentioned, that never works for us. Because my man said, well, why don't we just draft a John Morant type point guard? If it was that easy, I do believe the Knicks would have already done that. Right?
Hey, look, our point guard, the guy that's going to run the New York Knicks at the point guard position right now is not in the league yet. Guaranteed.
What happened quickly? What happened to quickly, Ron?
Huh?
What happened to quickly?
To run a championship point guard. I never said quickly was a championship point guard.
Okay.
All right.
I said that point guard is not in the league yet.
Just okay.
All right.
Now I never said that, Chuck.
I'm saying y'all kind of threw me for a loop, and I'll admit that just now because I feel like the Knicks before tonight's game, before Elfrid Payton bricked that straight ahead 3-pointer, was destined to be a solid playoff team. Elfrid Payton is a problem.
I never said that.
Wow.
I said that.
Oh, you did. Okay, well, your feelings gonna be hurt.
No, they ain't, because I know who Elfrid Payton is.
Yeah. No lottery team.
No, but a solid playoff team.
He's a journeyman backup at best. He's not.
I said the most wins we was gonna get was 27. I never jumped in that playoff picture.
I did. I believe the Knicks are gonna finish.
Well, don't be disappointed and think that the team is tanking if they get what the talent represents.
I'd rather jump on the championship train and look silly than jump on the Elfrid Payton train. What the heck?
Right.
Come on now.
I think everybody thinks the same about Elfrid Payton, but Elfrid, I'm saying Lowry is no big difference.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and
Rob, what are you talking
Anthony
about?
Bennett's not that far off from LeBron James. Yep.
Oh, hey, so, and Rob the Nick, for the record, this is the first time I got to talk to you, in a few minutes, in a few days. But G.I. said, if you want that smoke, come get it if you bad.
He said what?
I ain't gonna repeat it, man. I'm not an instigator.
Hey, look, he just said last time I looked at it, he said that he didn't want the smoke, so I left it alone.
Wait, are you telling me that G.I. said he don't want smoke?
He put it in the chat.
You telling me that okay, all right.
He said he wasn't going to talk to someone. I forget what Rob said that was so outlandish, but what did he say, Freezy?
Isaiah Thomas is a combo guard.
Yeah, what?
He said Isaiah Thomas is a combo guard.
That is the dumbest thing.
What I told him was, what I said was this. This is what I said. I said there have been combo guards all along, but back then they didn't put a name to them. Somebody is giving you 10 assists and 20 points in today's NBA right now as a combo guard.
Just for the record, I'm not touching this one.
All right. Oh, okay. So here's the thing, Rob. So tomorrow
Isaiah
night,
Thomas, top 3 point guard of all time.
So tomorrow night, Chuck B is putting his Lawrence Tears debate championship on the line, right? And we have about 13 or 14 people, 13 or 14 men that say they want to jump in and dust it up tomorrow night for that Lawrence Tears debate championship belt. Now, I don't expect you to jump in that debate championship, the big tournament, because frankly, it's a few people out there that want to put pause on you, and I would rather for you to stay away. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to see you get. I don't want to see either. I don't want to see you get have you put pause on you, or you put pause on somebody else. I don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why is because a lot of your points are really good. Like I rock with like 85% of your points, but the thing about it, they don't fit the debate format. You know what I'm saying? Like you need time to express what it is that you're saying, but when you only have 60 seconds to get your point across, I don't know if you're fit for that. But there's people out there that want to dust you up and put pause on you. They want to embarrass you. You know what I'm saying? But listen, you can come in and hang out with me and help score. Or you can get out of that nice suit and tie and get in that ring and get dirty. But I'm telling you, as legit. Listen, I value you, man. You know I like you a lot. You know that already. You know I like you a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no cap. This is real. Because I ain't got to BS you. I could just boot whoever out of this stream anytime I want. But when I tell you I like you, man, that means I like you a lot. I ain't got to gas you up, right? Right? But I don't want to see you get in that thing and get dusted up. Rob, you know you my guy. You know me.
So he booted him.
look at Rob the Nick running. Look now he ain't running. He probably just got booted. But Rob know he my guy, man. But anyway, yo, I'm gonna wrap it up here because I want to jump on and do some overnight stuff. Hey, Goose, thank you for coming in, man. Kev, thank you.
Now, what you say?
Hey, I'm saying, dog. Hey, man, I ain't get ready to look. I ain't gonna butter you up on no national TV.
Oh no, I didn't hear because I my screen left. I missed it.
I'm not getting ready to butter you up on no national TV.
All right, man.
I said it one time. I ain't about to say it again.
Hey, Kev, what'd he say?
It was all good. It was good. He was just.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
All
right. What I'm saying is I don't want to have somebody dust you up tomorrow night.
Oh wow. Why would somebody want to do that?
I'm just saying, hey, cats.
I thought everybody told me I was untouchable.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
You like Jacob DeGrom now or something, or Pete Alonso?
I thought I was.
What about Pete Alonso?
I thought I was untouchable.
Like Pete Alonso, I guess.
Hey, G.I. said on the KMD that this dude Rob the Knicks better stop playing with me. He don't know who I am. I'm from Newark, New Jersey. Something along those lines.
Oh man, damn! So, he from the swamps.
So
he from the swamps.
I'm talking about in a debate arena. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Well, he from the. Hey, tell him to pick a subject and let me know about it. Pick a topic and I'll dust him off. If that's what he's looking for.
Rob, I'm not. See, now you got me in the spot now.
See, man. Hey, T.I., pick a ITTI, whatever you want to be. Pick a subject. I'll dust you off. Send you back to the swamps. Everything all good.
Oh my goodness. And so now you got the chat thinking I'm an instigator. That's what I was telling G.I. I was like, G.I., don't tell me to pass the word, because if I do what you said, people are gonna look at me at the messenger and try to kill the messenger, calling me an instigator, calling me Ted DiBiase, calling me Vince McMahon.
Don King.
I ain't man. I'm not Don King. I'm just the only thing I really do on here is protect the champ, because people who's that Goose?
Come here, Rock. Right.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
That Apollo won't know what hit him. You're
What are
gonna
you watching? Honeymoon?
Throwing the damn time.
So
Rocky.
Yeah, my that's some inspiration words for the upcoming fight.
Throw the damn time.
Throw that jab. See the ball in front of you.
So we got four people on here right now that may participate tomorrow night, right, or tonight. Right.
I'm going in.
Oh shoot. Kev.
I don't care who the challenger is. I'm coming out victorious.
Kev.
Kev.
If you got all your burner accounts voting for you.
Period.
Right.
No, you're not, Kev. Sorry.
If it's Chuck B, I hate to have to take Chuck B down.
You're out of here, Kev.
Okay, I really do. I really hate to be the one that finally puts Chuck in his place.
It won't happen.
As the fraud that he is.
So I forgot. So ladies and gentlemen, those are the words from the Fatal 4-Way champ. Kevin W is the Lawrence Tears Fatal 4-Way champ. Yep. Those are his words. So he's
Kevin W. Biden.
And so Kev W says he dusted up the other competitors in the Fatal
Kevin W. Biden, right? With the burner
and so he put the pause on those guys in the Fatal 4-Way. I don't believe that.
No, he didn't.
But Zach, I didn't say I agree, but the people spoke.
See that now? You know, I didn't even say that.
I know you didn't, Kev. I know you didn't, Kev.
Like he's like, I said these things.
That was a good debate. Ronald Miller.
Hey, Kev W, either you the champ or you not. Kev W, are you the champ or are you not the Fatal 4-Way champ?
I mean, I won the debate, yes.
Are you the champ or no?
Yes.
You are the champ.
This is who I am.
Claim your title, young man. Claim your title.
Because if you don't want it, trust me, there's 25 other people that want it.
The title is mine. It is rightfully mine. I accept it. You know, I have
rumble,
it on my
young man, rumble.
I have it on my trophy shelf. I polish it every night.
Kev, nobody likes a soft champ.
Paper champ.
I'm ready for all challenges.
Oh no!
Okay, and everybody.
Here's the thing, you're wrong.
Okay, so I mean,
salute to JD. JD will be in the building tonight.
If the topic is John Starks in Game 7, I'm definitely gonna win.
Kev, stop trying to kill the channel.
Is my guy Ronald Miller? Did anybody hear anything from him?
Yeah.
Is he going to be in?
Hey, is Ronald Miller here?
Salute Ronald Miller. If you're coming tomorrow, I hope you're coming tomorrow.
Okay.
He's dope, man.
All right. So what I want to jump off right here so we can make preparations to do the Knicks versus joint. But I want to say shout out to everybody that they came through and hollered at us tonight, man, so that we can have a successful show. Y'all remember to subscribe, like the live stream, join the virtual chat, join the video chat, turn your notifications on, share on social media. And if you want to contribute through Super Chat or through what's the other one? What's the one GI make me get? Cash App. If you want to contribute to Cash App, the thing is $ Lawrence Tears. If you want to help us continue to grow the channel. This channel here is not a channel of one, it's a channel of many, including the Knicks at Night podcast crew and the Knicks Morning Drive crew. And so keep an eye out for Knicks versus. So we'll have another Knicks versus coming up soon. I want to thank everybody. We're gonna jump out of here real quick, man. I'm gonna say good night to everybody, y'all. Peace.
Hey, peace y'all.
All right, good night. All right, guys.